8. We started with 268 players 5 days ago. We're down to these final 6. An experienced WPT champ versus 5 young, tough pros.
Yes, indeed. And the antes will be 3,000 blind starting at 12 and 24. The cards have been dealt. Action goes to the former grocery bagger, young Justin Smith.
About bagging groceries, but he now plays in the highest stakes games in the world right here at Bellagio, I can tell you that.
Well, he's folded. Alec Torelli from Orange County also folding. And now Faraz Jaka, our chip leader, going to come in with a raise.
He's got the suited connectors, the 9-8 of hearts. Comes in for 65,000, but right behind him, WPT champ Erik Seidel, also with suited connectors.
The veteran, the tough New Yorker, is going to make the call with his 9-10, the Swede going out. And now
the Brazilian, Alex Gomes, he's out as well. So the 2 suited connecting hands battling it out here. And the flop comes Queen Jack 9. Both players have flopped bottom pair with a straight draw.
And Faraz is going to check it.
It's Faraz with the gut shot straight. Erik Seidel with the open ender.
And the New Yorker, Erik Seidel, going to pop away. It looks like a $100,000 bet. And the chip leader, Faraz, is going to call it. Nice pot building up here.
The 6 comes off. No help to either player.
And Faraz wrapping the table, checks again. Erik behind him checking. Going to the river.
Well, the dream card for Erik Seidel. The king comes off, gives him a king high straight.
How nice. Once again, Faraz, first to act, looks around, gonna check again, trying to stay out of trouble. But the tough New Yorker, Erik Seidel, is gonna put the bet in.
200,000. If you're sitting in Faraz's seat, you only have 2 9s here with all those overcards and a possible straight out there. But you're hoping that your opponent's got a busted flush draw where your 2 9s might be good. And you're saying to yourself, you know, he's either got a straight or a busted flush draw because he's not going to bet with a pair or 2 pair probably in this situation with that board. He makes a call with 2 9s. His nickname, the toilet, might look like a stinking call to you, but really there was some logic behind it.
Erik Seidel showing some strength there. In the audience, you see Humberto Brenes and the Devilfish, 2 great players here to watch the action.
Well, all the greats from around the world come to Bellagio to play these tournaments. This, the 21st consecutive WPT event, where first prize at the Bellagio has been over $1 million or more. That will get the players here.
All right, back to the table. Erik Seidel, this time peeking down at a uneventful Jack 8 offsuit. Can't play that, goes out. The Swede out. And right now, Alex, the Brazilian, started out tonight as the short stack, has a pair of 7s. Looks like he's raising chips out. He does.
Yep, bet 65,000. Right behind him, the 21-year-old Justin Smith looks at 2 deuces. He's reaching for chips. It's a very aggressive player. He is tough, and I don't just mean at no limit hold'em. I mean at all poker games. It's like 170,000 he's bet.
Torelli out.
How much did you start the hand with about?
2.95.
And Faraz, he's got ace-king here.
Well, he wants to know how many chips Justin's got, and he's coming over the top for the 3rd raise here.
Wow.
With big slick, and a healthy raise at that. Going to make it 400,000 to go.
And the Brazilian now doesn't like his 7s anymore.
Ironically, he's got the best hand right now, but can't stand the heat, as we say. So he gets out of the kitchen.
Only one more to push away, and that would be Justin Smith.
Well, he makes the $230,000 call here. And the flop comes ace, jack, jack. Nice flop for Faraz.
No help to the kid.
Well, Faraz is going to bet.
Yeah, 500,000.
Now we can see Justin only has 2 deuces, but what's going through his mind is, if his opponent's got 2 kings or 2 queens, could he win this pot? By coming over the top right here. Be a bold, dangerous play, but this kid capable of doing it.
He's a former grocery bagger at a supermarket, and now he's playing big-time poker. And look at this.
Wow, he has made the call.
He's sticking around. This could be back to the supermarket for him. What a call this is. A 5, no help to the kid. And Faraz is going to slow down and check.
Well, you have to be fearful. Your opponent's flopped 3 jacks here when a guy calls a $500,000 bet after it comes Jack, Jack, ace. And Justin now leading out and betting here with just 2 deuces.
That's what he's trying to set up here.
Well, as crazy as it looks, if Faraz had 2 kings instead of ace king, he would muck this hand very quickly, I believe. But with ace king, he's got a tough decision as to what to do, no question about it.
Well, it's only 380. Looks like a bargain time. Sometimes that looks very dangerous, but Faraz is going to call it.
Well, keep in mind it's 380 on this street, but how much is it going to be on the next street?
Yeah. River card.
Well, the board pairs 5s here. So Faraz with aces up here, he's going to check them. Will the youngster fire another shell? No, he's going to wave the flag here. Gives him credit for at least aces up here.
And the toilet flushes the kid down. Big pot right there.
The chip leader getting richer, takes down the pot with aces up.
That's right. We got 6 players going after that. Close to 1.2 million here at Bellagio. Stay with us. The 21-year-old Justin Smith, he quickly folds. Alec Torelli also going away.
Around to our chip leader, Faraz Jaka. He's going to raise it here with a 9-8. Wow, I'm surprised Erik quickly folds ace-jack on the button.
That is surprising. The Swede also going out. And now it's up to the Brazilian. Alex Gomes, he's got a 10-6 of diamonds.
Alex is a former lawyer. Gave up practicing law to play poker. Here he is at the final table going for over $1 million. He's going to make the call here. So we're going to have a flop. And flop comes Queen 9-3.
And the Brazilian quickly checking. Faraz picks up a pair of 9s, but he's going to check.
Wow, he checks the 2 9s. Now a jack comes off. And this gives Alex an open-end straight draw. There you see Alex's wife, Priscilla.
And Alex looks like he's getting busy here. He's going to put a stab, 90,000.
Well, his opponent checked on the flop, so he's going to take a stab at winning this pot, but it gets quickly called.
River card. Can he catch the straight? No. It's a bust hand.
The deuce comes out, and look at this, Vince. The short stack at this table is bluffing at this pot on the river. Bets 110,000, and is going to run out the best hand, who is the chip leader. And folks, this shows you the kind of competition we've got at this table. Even the short stack's not afraid to make moves.
That is right. That is a sneaky, intelligent bluff there by the Brazilian. Sticks out 110,000, and he gets the chips.
I'll tell you, these guys have all got game. You might not have seen them before on television, some of them, but I'll tell you, everybody in the poker world respects all these players. They are tough.
All right. Well, he goes out this time, and now the former grocery bagger at a supermarket, Justin Smith, with Queen 10.
Well, Justin, a very aggressive 21-year-old. Fires 65,000 into the pot.
Yep, and now Alec Torelli started playing poker at 16 years old. He goes out.
Well, back around to the chip leader, who's got just a queen jack, but that's enough to raise it. He comes over the top, makes it 155,000 to go. And Erik Seidel, the WPT champ, looks down at Big Slick. Now the pot's been raised and re-raised to him. What do you do now with ace king?
Seidel with 8 World Series of poker bracelets. Very experienced, comes back over the top, makes it 450,000. And now Christoffer will not play.
Justin quickly out.
So it's back around to the chip leader, Faraz Jaka.
How much do you start the hand with, about?
Well, he wants to know how many chips Erik has got, but he's just asking that question to try to get a read on him. And obviously knows he's beat, throws away the queen high. Well, there you see a couple of old school guys. The Devil Fish and Umberto Brenna's in the audience. But Vince, the truth is, the past 3 years, it's been all young players that have taken down this title. Mike Watson, Kevin Saul, Shannon Shore, all under the age of 26. Tonight we've got 5 guys at this table under the age of 26. It could happen yet again.
Well, these guys are younger than Chinese gymnasts, you can say that. Action going right back on Erik. The New Yorker goes out. The Swede out.
Stockholm.
Still in Stockholm? Oh, yeah, that's right. I think I'm going there too. So
And now the Brazilian not going to play.
Yeah, around to Justin Smith. He folds as well. So it's a battle of the blinds.
Alec Torelli going to take a stab. He's got King Jack.
And he's going to pick up the pot.
Bro, are you okay?
Misclick with the call.
The machine has an off switch, huh?
Alec chuckling there just says the machine has an off switch, meaning he's seen Faraz play about every pot at this final table. Finally lays one down.
So the very talented young 22-year-old takes down his first pot tonight. We're all going after that close to $1.2 million first place prize. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour. All right, back to the table we go. The Brazilian quickly folding his hand, as does Justin Smith. And now the young player, 22 years old, from Orange County, Alec Torelli, going to raise with a queen 10. He makes it 65,000 to go into the toilet.
Well, the toilet's got two snowmen. He's got the two eights. He's going to make the call.
Yep. Seidel out, and now the Swede, Christoffer Sonesson, with a king jack in the big blind, looks interested.
And he's got money in the pot already, and he makes the call. So we've got three-way action
We
here.
got a flop.
And here we go. Here come the first three. King, queen, 9.
Nice flop for the Swede. Top pair and a straight draw.
First in line, and he's going to check.
He's going to check because these guys are very aggressive, as you can see.
Now Torelli with queens, his bet 125,000. Faraz goes away.
Alex got second pair and a straight draw. Unfortunately for him, he's up against top pair and a straight draw.
Christoffer Sonesson from Lund, Sweden, only 24 years old.
Christopher,
What'd you start with, bud?
opposite just call.
1.8, 1.9.
You started with 1.8?
1.8, 1.9.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah.
1.9.
So here we go to the turn. A 5 comes off.
Helping neither player.
Again, Christopher checks. And Alec knows this guy's been playing pretty solid, so he's looking to take the free card off. He's going to check also.
Yep. Going down to the river, 5th Street. It's a 10 of clubs.
10 of clubs comes off. This gives the Swede a straight.
Sure.
Alec has 2 pair.
And Christopher has checked it.
Oh, he's trying to set a trap for Alec here, and Alec,
All right, go ahead. Check.
wow, makes a great check right behind him with 2 pair. The straight going to take down that pot. So Christopher feeling good about winning the pot, but Alec feeling good about checking on the river there and not losing any more money.
Well, Alec, very wise. He may have read the Swede here at the final table, tighter than Mick Jagger's leotards, and he proved it right there. Okay, and with that pot, the antes and blinds are going up. Antes will be 4,000 now, blinds 15 and 30,000. All right, action on Seidel. He's got a pair of 6s this time, and he's going to make it 80,000 to go.
Christ, it scared the out of me.
Oh, look at this. Alex
Sorry.
Torelli, I believe,
I'm
spilled
like
his
such
drink.
a liability, bro. with
The Swede
everything
going
in
out,
me.
and now it's up to Alex Gomes.
He's got the suited connectors, the 7-8 of hearts. Knows Erik Seidel raised under the gun, meaning you give a guy credit who raises in first position most of the time. But he's going to make the call, wants to see a flop with this hand.
And now it's on Justin, and he's got an ace-10, but doesn't like it. He folds.
Alec Torelli also with an ace-10 folding.
Faraz won't play, so two-way action. Seidel up against Alex Gomes.
Well, look at this, Vince. Alec Torelli, who knocked his glass over, reaching down to clean up his own mess now. Now, you got to like that.
Oh, it is a 3-ring circus out here on the World Poker Tour.
Not a good flop for 2 6s here. But doesn't slow Erik down from betting. He leads out in bets.
120,000 continuation bet.
And look at this. Alex with bottom pair here. Calling the pre-flop raiser here with just 2 8s.
Wow.
Pretty interesting stuff. I guarantee you Erik didn't like that call. Well, an ace comes off.
Yep, and Erik quickly checking. He didn't like that call at all.
Well, you have to give your opponent credit for an ace or a king if they call you in that spot, most likely.
Now Alex maybe seeing an opportunity. Yes, he's going to make a 110,000 bet. And this is going to shoo away the New Yorker.
Look, when it comes ace, king, 8, and you lead out and bet on the flop after you raise pre-flop and the guy calls you twice, you can't continue to play 2 6s.
The young guns showing how tough this table is tonight at Bellagio as they go after a title. Who's going to take it and the $1.2 million that goes with it? We'll be right back on the World Poker Tour.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Our current chip leader is Faraz Jaka, but in second place, WPT champ Erik Seidel.
Action going to the Swede from Lund, Sweden. He quickly folds. That's Christoffer Sonesson. And the Brazilian also going out.
And the 21-year-old Justin Smith out as well.
And now Alec Torelli from Orange County with ace-5, going to make a raise, $75,000.
Standard raise on the button with ace high. He's going to get called by Faraz, however, who has ace-jack and a small blind. And Erik Seidel has a 10-9. Good-sized pot out there, so he does make the call. And here comes the flop.
The flop comes up beautiful for Faraz. Aces and jacks. He's first to act. He quickly checks.
Erik Seidel with an open-end straight draw.
He checks.
And Alec with 2 aces checks right behind him.
Cat and mouse.
Alec, now the board pairs 8. Nobody at the table happy to see that card.
Faraz trying to trap there. He checks again. Seidel also checking.
Now Alec thinking he's got the best hand. They've checked twice to him. So he is going to bet out. Now what's Faraz going to do with his aces and jacks? He's just going to call, doesn't raise. Erik Seidel now is going to make the call also with the open-end straight draw. Just doesn't believe anybody's that strong. Hoping to hit a straight and does so on the river. Wow.
Incredible. Faraz going to be kicking himself that he didn't re-raise. Action's on him first.
He's going to lead out and bet 200,000 now.
Misstepping every bit of the way.
Erik Seidel now figuring out what to do. He's hit the joker here, as we say. The best card he could hit.
Did a little tell, groaned a little. Usually trying to act weak, and now he's going strong.
What's the amount?
What he said to himself, look, if I made a call on the turn to hit the straight, I've hit it. I'm going to raise it at least a little bit.
Yeah, he makes it 500,000 to go. And Alex just...
He's trying to figure it out here. He slow played the aces on the flop, and now all of a sudden on the river, it's been bet and raised in front of him, so he's going to lay down aces up.
Will the toilet pay off?
3 anymore, yeah?
Well, he does pay it off. Erik shows him a straight, and Faraz getting himself a little lecture on how he played that hand. Didn't raise it before the flop, didn't bet on the flop, didn't raise it on the turn, and then bet and paid off another bet on the river. He just compounded his problems in that hand.
Well, the toilet's going to need a plumber after that. Seidel taking down a big one. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour.
Let's get back to the action.
As you can see, Faraz Jaka, the 23-year-old out of San Jose, California, is our chip leader.
In second place, Erik Seidel. And there you see a graphic that has percentage of chips in play by each player. Now, if there's 6 players left, you should know that if you have more than 16.7% of the chips, you're above average. If you have less, you're below average. And right now, 4 players are below average in chip count.
Mike, forget that technical baloney. Who's got the chips? That's all I want to know. Back to the table we go. Justin Smith with just a 10-8 has raised it.
Made it 77,000 to go under the gun with the 10-8 of clubs. Faraz Jaka has made the call with the 9-8 of hearts.
Seidel out. The Swede quickly folding. Now the former lawyer out of Brazil also going to fold. So here we go.
Here comes the flop. It's come queen 10-9. Justin out in front with a pair of 10s and a straight draw.
And he's going to check it.
His opponent's got a pair of 9s and the same straight draw.
Well, they both check.
Justin in great shape here. Well, a 6 comes off. I say great shape. That's if there's no betting.
Justin first to act, the 21-year-old. Used to work in a supermarket as a bagger. He checks again. Now he plays big-time poker.
Well, Faraz now thinking maybe his 2 9s are the best hand here. He's going to test the waters here and make a little bet here. after Justin checked twice on the flop and the turn. Justin with second pair, Faraz with third pair. They have the same straight draw. So as the cards lie, the only way Faraz could win the pot would be to catch a 9 if there was no further action.
And he hits a 9 for
wow.
Faraz.
The complete joker for Faraz Jaka. The only card that would give him the win if he didn't bet somebody out of the pot.
Now he gets checked too. The toilet strikes again. And 275,000 he wants as a payoff.
Well, Justin trying to figure this out. The guy didn't bet on the flop, did bet the turn, did bet the river, but are 2-10s good? That's the question. Remember, the guy he's up against, Faraz Jaka, is the chip leader. He's the most aggressive player at the table, but Justin makes the great laydown on the river after getting unlucky when his opponent hit 3 9s.
Yep. Unorthodox player, very bold. He's only 23 years old. Graduated out of the University of Illinois. What a show he's putting on tonight. Back to the table we go. The young Swede, Christoffer Sonesson, looks down at a 9-7. He won't play that junk. And now the Brazilian also going away.
Justin lays this hand down as well, so around to the button. Alec Torelli with the ace-10. This is a standard raise that everyone would make on the button with this kind of hand.
Into the toilet, Faraz, who has just a king-6 of clubs.
Raise.
And he's going to raise.
Well, far and away the most aggressive player at this table is our chip leader, Faraz Jaka. We are seeing that hand after hand after hand so far. And believe me, all these guys at the table are very sharp, and they understand that this guy is just now trying to bully them around. And sometimes you just can't take it anymore.
Yeah, the toilet has moved it up to 215,000. Alec, though, says, I'm going to be stubborn. I want to see a flop with my ace-10.
Well, when a guy seemingly plays every pot and raises a lot of pots, you just can't keep laying hands down like an ace-10 to him.
Flop comes up Jack-7, 4. No help to either player. Check by Faraz Jaka.
A little surprised Faraz wouldn't make the continuation bet there.
Alec also going to check.
So here comes the turn card.
Well, it's a 4 flush now for the toilet.
Well, he's also got a straight draw too, so now he's got some kind of hand. After hitting nothing on the flop, and he's going to bet here. And I don't blame him.
Yeah, $260,000 worth.
Well, Alec, of course, just has the gut shot straight draw, but you just wonder, had he bet on the flop, chances are he would have won this pot. And now he's going to have to give it up.
Yep, he looks disgusted. He mucks his hand. So the toilet, Faraz Jaka, swirling away with more chips.
Well, Vance, you could say that Faraz is sitting on the throne right now. He is our chip leader.
Look at the frustration for Alec. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action here on the World Poker Tour.
The guy who wins it as opposed to the guy who goes out first at this table.
To the felt we go. Erik with a quick fold. And now the Swede with a king-10.
Christoffer has the perception of being the tightest player at the table, but yet here he's going to raise with a somewhat marginal hand of a king-10 offsuit.
The Brazilian goes out. Grocery man also going away, and now Alec
What'd you start with, Ben?
About 2 million.
with the snowman, pair of 8s.
Well, he's got the mid pair. Now, against some players, like a Faraz, for example, you might come over the top of him with 2 8s here, but against a perceived tight player, he's just going to make a call and see a flop and proceed cautiously.
Yeah, Faraz going away. Here's the flop.
Oh, what a flop. It's come 10-8-4. Alec Torelli has flopped 3 8s. But Christoffer's flopped top pair with a good kicker.
This could spell a lot of trouble for the Swede.
Well, Alec is going to check here. I hope the Swede has an overpair or makes a continuation bet. But you know he's looking to get action with the 3 8s. And he's going to get it, because with top pair, you are going to lead out and bet, and that's exactly what Christoffer has done. 115,000.
Alec is just loving this right now. He's up against a player that's tighter than my high school gym shorts, and he's got him trapped.
Well, There is a possible flush draw out there and a possible straight draw, but you are going to raise it here. In most cases, 305,000 now the bet.
Yep, he's going to make the pot a little juicier.
Well, he has check raised here. This is causing great concern for Christoffer right now. And he's got a pretty decent hand. Top pair with a king kicker. Now, what a laydown by Christoffer there. Just throws away the top pair like it was nothing.
That is a great laydown. Absolutely brilliant play by the Swede.
Well, this hand an example of why many top pros saying when you flop a set, in the long run you'll make more money by leading out and betting. Had Alec led out there with the 3/8, chances are he would have got raised by Christoffer with top pair and a king kicker, and who knows what might have happened.
And he's going up to 5,000 blinds, 20 and 40, a couple folds. And now it's on Alec, who's, you can see, a little frustrated because he didn't get the action he wanted with his set.
Well, here he's got ace-7 offsuit. And you're right, just going to throw it away and take a deep breath right now.
Into the toilet,
Raise.
Faraz Jaka. He's got king 10.
Well, same hand Christoffer just had. He's going to raise it on the button with this hand, make it 100,000 to go.
But the wily vet, Erik Seidel from New York, going to call with king queen. And Sonesson's out.
As the cards lie, Erik has him dominated. King queen versus king 10. And the flop comes queen high. It's queen 9-3. So Erik Seidel out in front with top pair.
And he nonchalantly checks it.
Well, Faraz has the gut shot straight draw, but he's going to make the continuation bet of 180,000.
Yep, he gets the toilet to bet.
The question is, do you raise or just call here? Erik Seidel just opting to call.
6 of spades, irrelevant card on the turn.
Well, again, Erik checks. And Faraz checks right behind him this time, and wisely so.
Coming down to the river.
Looking for a jack, but he catches a 10, so he makes second pair. Erik Seidel out in front with the 2 queens. Action is on Erik. He's going to try to get a value bet in here with the 2 queens of 300,000. Now Faraz has been pretty much like a slot machine paying these things off when people bet on the river. What's he going to do this time with second pair? Now Faraz is thinking to himself, you know, the guy didn't raise me on the flop. Does he really have a queen in his hand? Why is he betting now? And Faraz makes a good laydown. He lays down the 2 10s, and wisely so. Erik Seidel taking down the pot.
That is right. So the toilet backs up there a little bit. 6 players remain. Stay tuned. We're coming back with more action here on the World Poker Tour.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Well, right now, Erik Seidel stands in second chip position. Our current chip leader is Faraz Jaka, who came to this final table with the big chip lead. I think Erik has got a pretty good read on how tough this final table is. It is a doozy.
All right, to the table we go. Justin Smith quickly folding. Alec Torelli from Orange County, California.
And he's got 2 8s. He's going to come in for 110,000.
And the toilet, Faraz Jaka with a pair of 7s right behind him. The chip leader.
He's going to make the
How
call.
much did you start with about?
2 million.
And look at this, Vince.
Really
Erik Seidel also has
Wow.
a pair of 7s. Incredible.
He's made the call as well. And now the Swede with just a king 9. Won't play it.
Alex is going out.
Yep.
We've got 3-way action, and even though Alec doesn't know it, he's in as good a position as you can possibly be against 2 other opponents. You've got an overpair. They both got the same underpair. And here comes the flop. Well, it's ace queen 9. Nobody's going to like that flop because all those cards
Check.
higher than the pair that they have.
Alec quickly checking. Faraz Jaka. That is a scary flop. Also checking.
Well, here comes Erik Seidel using
Oh,
that
boy.
Amarillo Slim theory. If they're checking, I'm a betting. And he is going to bet here 250,000.
And he's going to chase the youngsters away.
Well, that gives you a glimpse of how great a player Erik Seidel is. What a move right there.
8 World Series bracelets. This year he was nominated for the Poker Hall of Fame, did not win because my friend sitting here, Mike Sexton, you took down that. You were in the Poker Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a great honor, but make no mistake about it. Erik Seidel will be joining me in the Poker Hall of Fame one day, no question about it.
All right, back to the hand. The Swede out. The Brazilian lawyer also going out. And now Justin Smith with ace-jack. And he is going to raise it. 80,000 to go. Orange County Kid going out. The toilet.
Faraz finally picks up the 7-deuce and goes away.
Yep, but Seidel, who has a jack-8.
Well, he's feeling his oats after winning that last pot with the worst hand. He defends with the jack-8 offsuit. Now the flop comes ace-king-8.
Erik Seidel has checked to the kid.
So Justin has flopped top pair. Erik Seidel has flopped bottom pair.
The former grocery store bagger, now big-time pro, is going to make his bet. 110,000 with the aces.
Erik Seidel just not believing him. He's calling him with bottom pair, so
Yeah, going to be stubborn.
let's see what happens from here.
Here comes the turn card.
3 of clubs comes off.
Helps neither player. Erik quickly checks. And we go into the stare down.
Well, Justin leery that Erik may be trying to trap him, but checks. 2 aces here, and now a king comes off. Well, neither player going to like that card too much, I don't think, because they'll be fearful that their opponent's got a king in their hand.
And the very crafty New Yorker, Erik Seidel, once again checking. Kind of giving up. Now, Justin doesn't have that many chips left. He is the short stack. Do you want to put in a value bet here, perhaps?
Oh,
But no, all in, he says.
All in. What a daring bet right here, because if his opponent happened to have a king, I'm sure it'd be a snap call.
Yeah.
And that would be it for the 21-year-old. But you can see Erik Seidel sitting up in his chair trying to figure this out. Hey, the guy bet on the flop and I called him, yet he checked on the turn with a completely worthless card came off, a 3. So Erik must think this guy might have a jack-10 or a queen-jack, something like that, and that he could very well have the best hand with the 2-8s. What's puzzling Erik Seidel and why he's wincing right there is because he's saying to himself, why would a guy bet all in 950,000 when the pot's only got about 400,000 in it? It's an overbet.
that's pretty interesting.
That's created great distress and problems for Erik right now.
Justin's mom on suicide watch there in the front row.
Wow, that's tough.
Well, here's what's fascinating to me about this battle between these two, Vince. In 1988, when Erik Seidel finished second in the main event of the World Series of Poker, that scene we saw in Rounders against Johnny Chan, Justin Smith was only about 3 months old at that time. Yet here they are now clashing, going for this $1.1 million some 20 years later. Incredible.
Erik in a quandary here.
Well, he's only in the quandary because the guy checked on the turn. He just can't figure out why he would overbet this pot on the river so much. In Erik's mind, he's either got a king in his hand or he's got absolutely squadoodle.
Now, is it worth it to Erik? A great champion. Will he be able to figure out this puzzle? Yes, he does.
Well, he's going to lay it down, so although the all-in bet almost made him a lot of chips, Vince, you just wonder, had he made a smaller bet, could he get a little value out of that?
6 crafty players, the young and the old, going after the close to 1.2 million here tonight at Bellagio. Stay with us. Gomez quickly folding his hand.
Now to the 21-year-old Justin Smith. Got the 10-8 of hearts, but lets it go.
Yep.
Alec Torelli out as well.
And now Faraz Jaka,
Raised.
also known as the Toilet, has a king 10, and he's going to raise.
Yeah, bets 100,000. Erik Seidel with 2 9s. He's going to just call, doesn't re-raise with the 2 9s.
And the Swede Christoffer Sonesson with a jack 6 quits right there, so we have two-way action. Going to the flop.
And it's action between the 2 chip leaders at this final table. The flop comes king 10-3. What a flop for Faraz. Erik checks the 2 9s. Faraz now with the top 2 pair.
Just a thing of beauty for the Toilet. Now, will he bet it? Yes, he does. 135,000.
Well, you have to bet in case your opponent's got something like a queen jack. You just don't want to give him a free card to beat you.
Erik, gotta be disappointed with that flop with just the nines.
Look at
What
this.
is he doing here?
He's raising, Vince.
He's gonna take a stab at a bluff.
Well, he's going to try to represent that he's got a king in his hand and just hope his opponent would throw something away like a pair of tens or even a pair of jacks in this situation if he had them.
Seidel making it 375,000 to go.
Unfortunately for Erik, his opponent's got top two pair and is not going anywhere. It's just a matter of how he's going to play the hand from here. And with the possible straight and possible flush out there, most players would just come right back over the top of Erik right here with the top two pair.
How much did you start the hand with? Just
No
approximately.
idea. I was in the 3 million area, but
Oh boy, he's got Erik mumbling to himself. Does not want to hear that.
So Faraz trying to walk the dog here, as we say, does not re-raise. See if Erik will keep betting at this hand for him. 4 hearts comes off on the turn. That no apparent help to anybody.
Yeah, great card if for Faraz. And Erik, let's see if he keeps up the shenanigans. Oh, don't do it to yourself.
so
Oh, 700,000 with just the nines.
Well, the reason Erik is betting here is because his opponent didn't re-raise him, which you thought he would have done if he had ace-king or even king-queen in that spot, most likely. As it is, Erik might put him on some type of draw hand, whether it's a flush draw or a straight draw, so therefore trying to chase him away here with his 2 nines, but that's not going to work. Nobody's getting away from the top 2 pair here.
Not at all. You cannot get away from this hand. 95% sure you're well out in front.
Well, again, Faraz is just going to call with the kings and tens. And this causes concern for Erik, as you can see.
Gonna try to trap and trap. River card coming up. No help. Perfect card for Faraz. The toilet.
Erik raised him on the flop, got called. Bet on the turn, got called. Now he's going to check on the river.
Yeah, that is just one big white flag right there. Imploding before our very eyes.
Well, this is the biggest pot of the night so far, and it's the 2 chip leaders that are clashing. Well, now Faraz is going to make a value bet of 500,000 now. That is not a big bet at all, folks, into a pot that's got over $2.4 million in it. And now you're sitting in Erik Seidel's seat, and you're saying, wow, there's $3 million sitting out there on the table. It's going to cost me 500,000 to make the call. Could my opponent possibly have a flush draw or a straight draw, or my 2 nines are the best hand?
This is just a debacle for Seidel.
Oh, man.
He could lose 3 bracelets for this play. His gut instinct just off here. Goes to show you even the best of the best can misstep. And let's see if he can lay it down. No.
Erik Seidel is going to pay him off.
Oh boy, Faraz Jaka with a clean sweep right there.
Well, Erik Seidel said this is going to be a tough final table tonight. He thinks it's the toughest in the history of the World Poker Tour. And right now he's saying to himself, geez, if I keep making mistakes like that, how am I going to win this thing? There you see a list of our chip leaders. Faraz Jaka, his nickname is the Toilet, but he is well out in front with over 6.6 million in chips. And in second place, WPT champ Erik Seidel, going for a second title tonight. He's got about 2.4 million.
Okay, and of course the blinds at this point are 20 and 40,000, and he's 5,000. To the felt we go. The great Erik Seidel looking down at an ace queen, and he's getting out some raising chips right there. 110,000 to go.
Well, Erik, by far the oldest player at this table. Other than Erik, everybody else is 26 years of age or under.
Now Christoffer Sonesson, the Swede, has king-queen, and he is tighter than a Joan Rivers facelift. But right now, what's he going to do with it? Look at this. He's going to re-raise with this.
Well, it doesn't look tight here, that's for
No.
sure. Raised it 200,000 more with just a king-queen. Everybody folding, including Erik Seidel. Quickly lays down the ace-queen.
Just like that.
So the Swede going to take down that pot with a nice re-raise there, but he gets away with that because he's perceived to be very tight by these other players.
Well, a lot of big names in the poker world are here tonight, including Mike the Mouth, the Madman, Mike Matusow.
Got like 3 good friends at the final table here, so I got to come sweat them. Alec Torelli and Justin Smith and Erik Seidel. lucky for them on this tournament here, they're going to be plenty of play. Basically, you know, you got to stay patient and play good.
That, of course, is the madman Mike Matusow sharing his expertise at the final table.
I was just hoping the money stays in Las Vegas. Those 3 guys he named live here.
All right, the Swede this time folds his hand. Alex Gomes, the Brazilian, has popped in a raise. He has queen 10, makes it 110,000 to go. And now the former grocery bagger, gone poker pro Justin Smith. He's got an ace jack this time.
The Brazilian came in for 110,000. Justin trying to contemplate what to do. Right now, he's on the short stack at this final table.
Come on.
And he's going for it all right here. He moves all in over the top.
Alec out, the toilet going away. Erik Seidel out, and no one can call. The pressure of the 21-year-old. Going to take this pot quickly.
1.4.
Well, Vince, this guy is such a tough player. Plays in the highest stakes games in the world right here in Bobby's room in Las Vegas, and does so at just 21 years of age. That is incredible stuff. Not only a great no-limit hold'em player, but in my view, probably a better all-around player in poker, because I played a number of the mixed games with this guy. He is really tough.
All right, back to this hand. 3 quick folds around to Seidel. Oldest player at the table by far. He's also going to fold.
So now we're down to the battle of the blinds here. Swedish guy, Christoffer Sonesson, looks at an ace-9, and he's going to raise the pot to 110,000.
Only 24 years old, out of Lund, Sweden. Christoffer Sonesson starting to open up his game here a little bit.
Well, Alex with the king-3 of spade going to make the call out of the big blind.
So two-way action. The Swede against the Brazilian. Here's the flop.
Yeah, flop is jack-9-5.
Christoffer hitting his 9s.
Nice hit second pair with top kicker, but checks it. Alex checking right behind him.
Yeah, he's not going to bite. Turn card is a queen of hearts. Inside straight draw.
I find this interesting. The Swede is now betting, and I say that he didn't bet second pair with top kicker like most guys would have on the flop to see where they're at. Now there's another overcard out there and a possible straight, yet now he comes out betting.
Well, he's got that reputation of being super tight. He thinks maybe it'll pay off, but no, maybe they're catching on to him finally. He's getting called down.
Well, I'm surprised that he got called here by just king high, a gut shot straight draw.
Amazing. Another heart on the river, 6 of hearts. That's a scare card.
Well, indeed it is. Possible flush out there now. The Swede got to be very nervous. He got called on the turn here. Not only because there's an overcard out there, but a possible flush draw, and now the flush is hit on the river if his opponent had 2 hearts in his hand.
And he's going to check it.
Now we know Alex had nothing in his hand but king high, yet he is going to bet 175,000. Vince, we've seen this guy bluff several times on the river at this final table. Every time has worked successfully for him, including this one. Well, many Brazilians feel Alex Gomes is their best poker player. He's won more money playing tournament poker than any other Brazilian.
Just blame it on Rio. Nice bluff right there. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour.
You can see
Can I look at the list again?
he's got a nice chip lead right now, no question about it. He's got over 40% of the chips in play. That's a pretty incredible chip lead. Everybody wanting to know the chip count of all the other players.
6.7, 2.2, 1.6, 2.2.
You have 1.6?
6 players remain. The blinds are going up to 30 and 60,000.
2.2.
Cards flying around the table. Action going to young man from Orange County, California. Alec Torelli. He's got king 10, and he's going to muck those. Faraz with a 5-3 of clubs right behind him.
Well, he's going to raise it, Vince. That's good enough for him to raise with. 140,000 to go.
Seidel out, and Christoffer from Sweden also going out. The Brazilian not going to play, so only one man to beat here. Well, Justin Smith now wondering what to do. He's got king 10. He's in the big blind.
Vince, I got to tell you, we've pretty much seen a one-man band show at this final table so far. Faraz Jaka, the most aggressive player at the table, playing the most hands, winning the most pots. Well, Justin knows this guy's the most aggressive player at the table. And look at this.
Wow.
Justin going all in over the top with just a king 10.
Amazing. A quick fold there for Faraz. He's been busted.
Well, you have to fold 5 high when the man moves in on you.
Absolutely.
But what a bold all-in move that was by Justin Smith. And Vince, as I mentioned before, I love the way Justin Smith plays poker. He plays all the mixed games great, as well as no limit hold'em. This kid is a poker player.
All right, in this hand, Faraz folding. Seidel also out.
The Swede now picking up 2 threes.
Got the little pair, and he's getting chips out.
Well, he's in what we call the cutoff position, one in front of the button. He's going to raise it here with the small pair. Makes it 145,000 to go.
Into the former lawyer out of Brazil. Gave up law to play poker. He's got Jack, King.
This not a bad hand, but it seems like a very marginal hand against the guy they all perceive to be the tightest player at the table.
You play 1.1? 1.2?
And the guy on his right raised, and yet he's concerned about the guy on his left.
He's taken 1 World Series of poker bracelet already to his name, and he's going to re-raise here. Makes it 425,000 to go. Now Justin, with an ace-8, cannot play it. Alec also out, and the Swede, no theatrics by him. The Brazilian going to take that pot.
Okay, another good poker pro from Brazil in the house tonight. That's Andre Akari.
Oh, I'm here to root for Alex Gomes, a Brazilian friend, one of my best friends in Brazil. Poker is an unbelievable game. It's a very nice game, and all the Brazilians like a lot sports, and we are soccer fans, and we treat poker like soccer. We have the best people in the world and the best soccer in the world, and now we're going to have the best poker in the world.
He forgot to talk about thongs in the world. Those Rio beaches.
Yes. The beach beauties of Rio de Janeiro, eh, Vinny?
Poker's getting in his way. All right, back to the table we go. Action going on, Justin Smith. What a dog fight we're seeing here tonight. These guys battling for that close to 1.2 million. Justin going out. Alec and Faraz also out. Seidel slowing down, won't play. So 2 players, the Swede, this time with an uneventful 10-6 of diamonds.
He
just lost the pot to Alex Gomes a moment ago when he raised with 2 threes, and Alex came over the top of him with King-Jack offsuit. Let's see what he's going to do here.
Well, it's not looking like calling chips. It looks like raising chips. Now, this kid is absolutely changed his game completely. Used to be so tight, and now he's splashing around here. Made it 165,000 to go.
Well, he is changing gears. I'll tell you, so far, Alex Gomes has played him like he can see what he's got. I mean, he re-raised a moment ago with just a King-Jack offsuit.
I'm all in.
Wow.
And here he's gone all in with just an ace-3 offsuit.
What is going on?
Unbelievable bold play by the Brazilian here, and the timing was perfect as he picks up the pot.
Well, the ice is melting for the Swede.
Oh, man, ole for the Brazilian.
We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour. Stay with us.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Well, Vance, forget about the grocery bagger. He'll be buying a chain of stores before long if he keeps winning the poker like he's done so far. Already plays in the highest stakes games in the world at Bellagio right here on a regular basis. Now he's got a shot to take down a WPT title and win over another $1 million.
All right. To the table we go. Seidel and the Swede out. And the Brazilian not interested. And it's on our short stack. Justin Smith, he's got Jack, King of diamonds.
Yep, he's got Kojak. He's also got the short stack at this table, and he's setting them all out there right now. About $1 million.
1.05.
He's got the guts to put it in. Alec Torelli behind him. He's going to muck.
Good call.
And now they call him the toilet. Faraz Jaka with a quick call, and it's a good one. He's got ace-10.
Good luck.
Thanks.
A very quick call by Faraz. Not even a thought process there to call this $1 million all-in bet. And he is out in front with the ace-10. Justin Smith going to have to get lucky to stay alive in this tournament. Let's see if he can do it.
Here we go with the flop.
Well, the flop is 9-9-5. So far, so good for Faraz. He's out in front with the ace-high. Justin's going to have to catch a king or a jack, 2 cards to make a straight, or 2 running diamonds to make a flush.
Justin, 21 years old, the former grocery bagger, now big-time pro.
Or a 10 or a queen.
Yeah.
Actually, a queen is not good because he's got a 10.
Needs a lot of luck right now. 2 cards to come Will it be his demise? Here
Oh.
comes 4th Street. He's hit it.
Well, he throws up the touchdown sign. It's not over. But Faraz to win this pot, he's going to have to catch an ace on the river.
Anybody fold an ace?
Oh, boy.
I don't think anybody folded an ace, but I like it.
He caught the falling bag of eggs before they crashed. Just nicely done on 4th Street. He's got to sweat one more card.
Well, 5 comes over at the river.
He's going to double up.
So Justin Smith, the 21-year-old, stays alive. And there he goes. He's off to high five his friends and fans. Not the greatest high five we've ever seen on the World Poker Tour.
Let's see, he's a sport after all. You see that sprint he made?
The signature run over.
And the high fives, a lot of energy had it happen there. Nicely done, one happy young 21-year-old. Let's go to the table, it's on Erik. He's got ace-8 offsuit.
Yeah, one of those marginal hands in first position, but Erik opting to raise with it makes it 140,000 to go.
The Swede, Christoffer, going out.
Round to Alex Gomes.
Former lawyer from Brazil, he's got an awful looking 3-deuce. What is he up to?
He is going to raise this WPT champ. Comes right over the top of him
What's your serve?
for 425,000 with the 3-deuce offsuit.
Viva la Brazil.
1.7.
He's making some moves here tonight, but behind him,
Oh, I didn't see that. Nice.
Justin Smith with an ace-deuce. Nope, won't play.
Alec Torelli going out as well.
But Faraz with a queen 10 of diamonds, also going out.
As is Erik Seidel.
Yep.
And folks, I'll tell you one thing. This Brazilian has impressed me tonight at this final table, and I hope he's impressed you. He hasn't held any cards at this final table, yet he's gone from 6th place to 2nd chip position by making moves just like that. What a play by the Brazilian there.
Well, he is shining tonight. He is playing the best poker at the table, I believe. Incredible. Can he keep it up? Action goes to Justin Smith. Ace-4 diamonds.
Well, Justin the first to act here.
And he's going to raise with it 140,000 to go.
Oh, and Alec Torelli picks up a pretty good hand. He's got king, queen.
Been playing poker since high school, this guy says, since I've been 16.
Well, he has over $1 million in career winnings in his tournament career, and it's not that long.
You start with 2 million? Yep.
Won 2 preliminary events right here at Bellagio last season at Festel Lago, but opts to lay down the king, queen here. But Faraz is not laying down his ace-jack. He's going to make the call.
Yep. Erik Seidel going out. But the Swede, Christoffer, he's got a pair of 6s.
Well, he's in the small blind vents. Blinds are now 30 and 60,000, so it cost him another 110,000 to make this call. A lot of money out there. I would call here, and he's doing the same thing. Just hoping to hit a 6 on the flop and win a lot of chips. That's what you pray for.
Alex going away, so 3-way action. They rake in the chips, and we're going to see the first 3.
It's come queen, 9-5, all clubs. No help to anybody, really, even though Faraz does have a flush draw now.
The 6s are going to check.
Well, action's on Justin. He's going to check the ace-4 diamonds. Fearful somebody might have a club or a queen in their hand. Now the question is, what will the chip leader do? They've checked to him. He does have a flush draw, but most players would probably opt to take a free card off here, hope to hit a club, maybe an ace to win the pot, but not Faraz. He is betting 285,000 right here, right now.
The 6s fold. And Justin also can't take the heat.
Well, folks, this is what great players do. They don't wait and check and hope to catch a free card, you know, where they might get lucky and catch a card to win the pot. They earn their pots. They just go out and bet and take the pot right now where they don't have to rely on the luck of that next card coming off the deck.
All right. More action unfolding here. Christoffer out. And now Alex Gomes with just a suited connector, a 5-6 of spades is going to raise. 155 to go.
Now Justin going out. This time Alec with a king 10 offsuit. We just saw him lay down a king queen offsuit the last pot, where he'd have flopped the best hand.
Such a
bitch.
Will he make a move? Nope. He's out.
Now Faraz this time has an ace-jack. Same hand he just won on the previous hand, so why not play it again?
Seidel out.
And look at that flop. It's come ace-10 deuce. Once again, Faraz out in front with the 2 aces. And he's going to check.
Alex also checking.
Wisely doesn't make the continuation bet there.
7 of spades on the turn, helping neither player.
Well, again, Faraz checks. And now Alex recognizes probably the only way he's going to win this pot is to start betting at it. So he's going to get busy, and right now fires 185,000 out there. Well, this is what Faraz has been waiting on, because now he's going to check raise him. Makes it 550,000 to go, and he's going to take down that pot.
So a little Brazilian blunder there for Alex Gomes. Takes the hit, but it's all about Faraz Jaka. They call him the toilet. Right now he has the best seat in the house. Let's go to the felt. Alex Gomes quickly folding his hand, and now Justin Smith.
And he picks up the Colt 44s, looking to shoot somebody down with them. He's going to raise it here, makes it 145,000 to go.
Alec out, and now the chip leader, Faraz Jaka.
How much do you start with approximately?
1.8.
He's got a big hand, ace queen.
Justin, how many chips he started with? It's about 1.8 million.
I'm all in.
Wow. Faraz has gone all in here with the ace queen. He's not going to fool around with it, and if you can beat this hand, good luck to you.
Erik out, the Swede out.
Of course, Faraz has way more chips than Justin does. It'll be Justin's tournament life on the line if he opts to play this hand.
A lot of pressure on him.
Well, at best, Justin knows he's in what we call a race situation. Well, there's Mike Matusow trying to get a wave started, but as you can see, nobody following him.
And Justin is going to make a laydown. Faraz Jaka extending his lead to close to 7.5 million.
Well, it's tough to call with 2 4s there because you know at best you're in a race, and if your opponent's got an overpair, you're doomed.
Each player started out of this event with 15,000. That's how much they had to pay for the entry. And here we go, Faraz quickly folding. Erik Seidel with ace-jack is going to pump it up. Makes it 140 to go.
But right behind him,
Oh boy.
Christoffer Sonesson, the Swedish guy, looks down at 2 kings. They've been playing this guy like a fiddle so far at this final table. Every time he makes some kind of move, somebody comes over the top of him. Now he's got a real hand. Let's see how he plays it. Well, this is a very unorthodox play in my mind, especially with so many players behind you to act. He just calls this first raise for 140,000
9 here.
with the 2 kings.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
I say pretty amazing because you might allow 1, perhaps 2 more players to even come into the pot. When you have a big pair, you want to eliminate the field and get out as many players as possible. You don't want to play against multiple players with a big pair.
Well, Gomes is called with an ace-7 of spades.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. He's opening the door for players to possibly outdraw him on the flop. Let's see if it happens. Well, it's come 10-5 deuce with 2 spades. So we can see Alex has flopped a nut flush draw, but the Swede out in front with the 2 kings.
But Erik coming right out with a bet, 230,000.
Well, Erik Seidel raised before the flop. Little does he know what kind of trouble he's in right now. The Swede has the overpair. The Brazilian has the nut flush draw.
Sure does.
Erik has diddly do.
I'm all in.
Well, there goes Christopher. He has pushed all in like he should.
And there you see Alex Gomes looking up to the sky. What does he do now with the nut flush draw?
Need a count.
It's like a Brazilian wax job right there for Alex. Just complete pain. What a decision he has. He is 4 flushed.
Well, it's the kind of play that you don't mind moving all in yourself. But in poker, you just hate to put all your money in the pot or call somebody's all-in bet with a draw because you know you have to hit the hand to win the pot. You're not afraid to gamble on making a bet like that because people might not call you and you can win the pot that way. This way, if you call, you have to hit the flush to win the pot. In this case, of course, an ace would do as well, but tough decision right here for the Brazilian. Do you want to gamble here, the nut flush draw? The answer is no.
I see.
He gets out of the way. Erik goes out as well. So by slow playing the 2 kings before the flop, the Swede made more money.
The lone Swede clapping for his friend.
Well, Vince, you're always curious as to what would have happened. Let's take a look at the Wonder Cam.
Here we go. Can he catch the spade or an ace? Not there. And not there.
So Alex Gomes would have lost that pot. He subscribes to that theory. Those who chase straights and flushes arrive on planes and leave on buses.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
That is right. And right now our chip leader is Faraz Jaka with close to 7.5 million in chips. And look at this, Erik Seidel now on the short stack with about 1.2.
Yep. Erik is like water in the bathtub right now where they pulled the plug in the drain. He is going down it. So let's see if he can pull himself back up.
A little personal, but nevertheless, moving on. Erik going out. And now the Swede looking at this wired pair of jacks.
Wow, just had 2 kings the last hand. Now picks up 2 jacks. This is the way you like to play poker, folks. Just look down and find a big pair every hand. And he's going to raise it. Makes it 145,000 to go.
Alex quickly folding. Justin Smith not going to play. And Alec Torelli in the small blind also not going to play.
Well, we're around to Faraz Jaka, our chip leader. Looks down at a 9-7 offsuit out of the big blind. See if he wants to make this call.
Raise.
Forget about calling. He is going to raise with this.
Yep.
9-7 offsuit. I know he's playing well and running well, but is this the guy you want to come over the top with this kind of hand?
I'm all in.
Whoa.
Well, the Swede's gone all in. And what Faraz was thinking, you know, the guy played the last hand. He had a big hand there. Could he have a big hand again this time? Answer, yes.
Well, the toilet has overflowed. It's about time. Happens every once in a while. That's life.
Right now, Vince, he is doing a good job of putting the lid on everybody else in this tournament.
So we got to stop. All right, to the table we go. Christoffer with a 7-4 goes out. No more wired pairs for him. The Brazilian also going away. And Justin Smith has the Gretzky hand, number 99.
He's going to raise it. Makes it 145,000 to go.
Alec out. Toilet out.
And to Erik Seidel. Now Erik's in the big blind, meaning he's got 60,000 out there. Cost him another 85,000 to make this call. Got the king 9 of spade, and he is going to make the call.
So we got 2 9s up against king 9.
Well, it's the oldest player at the table versus the youngest. Here comes the flop. Oh, it's come 8-5-3. We could see some fireworks here.
Seidel with a 4 flush. He checks it.
And Justin with the overpair, and he bets 225,000.
Yep, continuation bet.
Well, the WPT champ contemplating what to do.
I'm all in.
He's on the short stack. He's going all in. Justin quickly going to call him with the overpair.
That's quick.
He's hoping that Erik's got a pair of 8s.
Erik says that was quick. In absolute pain. Did not expect that.
Erik Seidel's quest to capture a second WPT title tonight in jeopardy right now. He's going to have to catch a king or a spade to stay alive in this tournament.
I say we deal some cards.
Well, Seidel said he believed this was the toughest table he's ever been at for a final table, and he could be a prophet because right now these guys are pushing him around. They got him down, and right now he needs to get lucky.
4 hearts on the turn.
Not to be for Erik on that card.
Well, so far, so good for the youngin'. Can he dodge a spade or a king on the river?
Last card coming up.
It's a deuce of diamonds.
Oh.
So Justin Smith has done it. He has eliminated Erik Seidel from this tournament. And Erik Seidel, one of the greatest poker players in the world, out tonight in sixth place.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Shockingly, Erik Seidel, our sixth place finisher, going to pick up $164,000.
It was tough. All the players play really well. What can you do? You got to show some hands here and there. I think I played okay, but I made one mistake that kind of put my chips in jeopardy, and that was kind of annoying.
We are down to 5 players here at the World Poker Tour at Bellagio. Stay with us. We're coming back for more. Let's go to the hand, though. A couple folds, and now Alec Torelli with King 10. He's going to push it up, makes a raise to 130 to go. Our chip leader, Faraz Jaka, folds his hand.
Well, Christoffer Sonesson got a King 8 offsuit. Is this the kind of hand you want to get involved with? Well, if you're Christopher, he makes the call.
You got me covered, right? I have 1.7.
Alec versus Christopher. Flop coming.
Well, flop comes King Jack 10. Christopher is flop top pair, but Alec is flop top and bottom pair.
And the Swede is going to check it. Big opportunity here for Alec. What a flop for him. And he's going to stick a bet out there. Looks like 200,000.
Well, you have to bet here. You can't give your opponent a free draw at a hand in case he's got an ace, a queen, or a 9 in his hand, for example, or even a small pair, or even a jack, or he could catch some cards that could beat you. So the bet's 200,000. The question is, what does Christopher do now with top pair here? Little does he know that Alec has top and bottom pair. He's going to raise it to $500,000.
Yeah, he is. He can get into big trouble here.
All in.
Oh boy, a quick all-in by the young guy from Orange County, California. He's saying, if you can beat me, beat me. And the Swede gets the message and goes out.
Well, the real message is, sometimes this is what happens when you call raises with a King 8 offsuit.
Well, that is true, but it's a 5-handed poker game. Guys are going to loosen up a bit. But with that hand, the antes are going up to 10,000. The blinds at this point, 40 and 80,000. Faraz Jaka, known as the Toilets, that's his nickname. I didn't make it up. He's our chip leader, and it's on him. He's got a uneventful 10-7 of hearts.
Well, he's also got over $7 million in chips.
And he's also got the guts to raise, makes it 210,000 to go as the Swede goes out. And now Alex is going to make this call with a Jack 10 of diamonds.
Yeah, certainly a hand you like to see a flop with.
Justin out.
Alec out as well.
So two-way action. A bluffer versus Jack 10.
When the Jack comes right on the flop to give Alex the lead. It's come Jack 6-4 with 2 spades. And here come Faraz. He's going to fire right out. 420,000.
Yep, the continuation bet.
I'm all in.
But the Brazilian will have none of that. He's got top pair, goes all in, and a quick out by the Toilet.
Well, a nice all-in bet right there by Alex Gomes.
Mike, it's amazing. All these guys in their early 20s, if you added up all their ages, they still wouldn't be as old as me and you.
Oh, boy. You know, Vince, both you and I have been playing poker longer than any of these guys have been alive now. Ugh.
I've had more poker hands than these guys have had hot meals, believe me. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go back to the table. Alex Gomes this time with Queen Jack. Going to put it in a raise, makes it 210,000.
Well, he's the oldest player at this table at 26 years of age. That's incredible.
Justin goes out, but look at Alex, who really picks up the ladies, pair of queens, the Hilton sisters.
Well, you gotta love it. Well, he's just calling here on the button.
How much did you start with?
Meaning with that much money in the pot, you now encourage the blinds to come in because they're getting the proper pot odds to do so, where you got to meet multiple players.
Call.
I don't like this play. Now, it may work out for him, but I think it's a recipe for disaster in the long run. I know you want to try to camouflage the strength of your hand in poker, but sometimes trying to beat multiple players with these big pairs is very dangerous.
Well, maybe not there, because that's a good flop for him. 3 clubs. He still has the overpair and a club.
Yeah, so he has the best hand and the best draw, as we say. So thus far, limping in on the button did not hurt Alec Torelli.
Both players have checked to him. And now, the young guy that learned how to play poker in high school, he says, in a big opportunity right now. He's going to bet 400,000. Get the riffraff out.
Yeah, they'll all be going out now.
Yep, they cannot compete, and just like that, Alec Torelli picking up a nice one as his mom looks on.
Well, just calling with the 2 queens on the button didn't cost him either, but I still believe that's an unorthodox play. We've seen it a couple times at this table where guys have just called a raise with big overpairs with still a couple guys left to act behind them.
All right, going to Justin, the former grocery bagger. He quickly folds. Alec out this time. And now the toilet, Faraz Jaka, with just a 7-4 of hearts. Doesn't matter. He's going to make it 210,000. Christoffer out. And the only one to push away would be the Brazilian, but no. He's stubborn with a 10-6 of hearts, going to call.
Well, he's going to gamble the 10-6 of hearts, and it could pay off because he's flopped a flush draw bigger than his opponent's flush draw.
Well, Alex has checked.
Well, certainly, if you're in your Faraz seat, you're going to bet with a flush draw here, and a straight flush draw at that. He doesn't know his opponent's got the 10-6 of hearts, or I can assure you he wouldn't be betting here.
260,000.
And he's been called by Alex.
Good pot brewing. What's coming up next?
Oh, the 3 of hearts comes off.
Unreal.
Well, folks, we could see the biggest pot of the night so far here.
Both hit their flush.
And for Faraz Jaka, our chip leader, he is drawing completely dead. He can't make the straight flush. You better get out your suit of armor, folks, because we're going to see some slashing and clashing right now.
Look at this. Alex is going to bet. Puts a 440.
How much time behind about?
1.6, 1.7.
I believe Faraz has got to raise it here.
So 1.8 on top of that.
And I believe he is doomed to lose this pot. I don't see any saving him here.
1.9 behind.
Okay.
No way he's going to get away from a flush. And no way all the money's not going in the pot.
This is a complete catastrophe potential.
I'm all in.
I call.
And he does go all in. A quick call by the Brazilian.
And the Brazilian's going to be so happy that he's drawing dead.
That is the Brazilian bull cry. Nicely done.
There you go. Some excitement by the Brazilian, and why not? He came to this final table on the short stack in 6th place. He is now the chip leader after this hand.
Brazilian bull cry in full effect right now.
Was not expected. That celebration.
He's the new chip leader. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action here on the World Poker Tour.
He just doubled up through the toilet, and Vince, you might say the toilet overflowed that last hand.
You might say that, yes. Let's go to the table. Justin Smith, quick fold. And Alec Torelli now with ace deuce. He's going to put it in a raise, makes it 210,000 to go. A fold by Faraz. But Christoffer Sonesson also out.
Well, round to Alex Gomes. Now look at this, Vince. He's picked up the exact same hand he had a moment ago where he doubled up. He had the 10-6 of hearts. Now he's got the 10-6 of spade. It's got to be like his favorite hand in the world right now anyway. Let's see what he's going to do with it this time. Look at this. He is going to raise. He's come over the top with the 10-6 to take down yet another pot. And I'll tell you right now, the Brazilian is saying, wow, I'm on a roll. The coffee is perking in Brazil right now.
That is just crazy making time. I mean, what a raise. And it works. Incredible play we're seeing here at Bellagio. 5-handed poker. Action goes to the Swede. He's got a pair of 4s.
I'm all in.
Well, he's moving all in with the small pair.
Yep.
What is it?
This time the Brazilian picks up ace queen.
1.1.
Oh, wow.
50.
1.1 million.
1.15. Okay.
I call.
And he's got the call.
Vince, he's playing the rush, no doubt about it.
Justin out.
The guy knows he's on a heater, and he's going to gamble here with the ace queen. Everybody else goes out. We've got a race situation. Christoffer Sonesson, the Swedish player, out in front with the 2 4s, but must win this pot to stay alive in this
Make
tournament.
it that much better when you find your queen, bro.
Christoffer the Swede has played very strategically all night long, waiting for hands.
Good luck, man.
Now he's in a race situation when it really counts. Here we go with the flop. Oh, it's a good one for him.
Yep, it's come 8-7-5. So far, so good. He's just got to dodge an ace or a queen with 2 to go, or 2 running diamonds.
Here comes the turn card.
Well, jack of clubs on the turn.
Still safe.
So the Brazilian must catch an ace or a queen on the river to eliminate the Swedish player. And there you see the Brazilian fans all hollering ace, 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 ace. Let's see if they can get one.
What's it gonna be? Here comes 5th Street.
Oh, it's a queen.
Oh, no!
He has done it.
Oh, what a card!
Unbelievable draw out on the river. The Brazilian has knocked out the Swedish player, Christoffer Sonesson, out tonight in 5th place. Tough luck on the river for him.
Oh, complete disappointment. The Swedish iceberg finally melted.
Oh, boy.
Brutal beat on the river.
Well, what a final table this has been so far for the Brazilian Alex Gomes. He started out in 6th place. He has sambaed his way to the chip lead now. Vince, this would be the biggest poker win in Brazilian poker history if he can take this WPT title tonight.
And with that hand, that's going to do it. We have run out of time with 4 players left.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Players, we are down to these final 4. Our current chip leader is Alex Gomes from Brazil, and incredibly, he started this final table in last chip position and now has a 2-to-1 chip advantage over the field.
But don't forget the great Erik Seidel was in this event, 8-time bracelet winner, but he blew up like my prostate. He is out of here. We are down to 4. Cards have been dealt. Here we go. Faraz Jaka quickly folding.
Alex out as well, so it's the battle of the blinds here.
Around the horn to Justin Smith.
It's a 21-year-old poker phenom, folks. I can tell you that right now. He plays in the highest stakes cash games in the world right here at Bellagio. Not only a great no-limit hold'em player, a tremendous mixed game player.
Well, he's a former grocery bagger at the supermarket and now a poker pro, very tough, and he is raised with King 10. Making it 210,000 to go. But behind him, Alec Torelli from Orange County, California is going to call. He's got Queen Jack of spades.
I have 1, 2, a little less now. 2.1 behind.
Well, flop comes Jack 10-3. Great flop for Alec. He has top pair. Justin, who raised pre-flop, has second pair.
And he's going to check it. Torelli hitting top pair. Said he learned how to play poker in high school. Great place to learn.
Well, may be wondering why the aggressive Justin didn't make a continuation bet here, but he's going to bet himself $275,000. Now he looks over at Justin. Tough to get away from second pair, playing heads up against the blind. Justin's going to make the call here. The ace of spade comes off. Now that's a card that neither player is going to like to see, because neither one of them have an ace.
Yeah, Justin checking again. Scary card for both players.
Well, this card gives Alec a flush draw and a straight draw. I would say a royal flush draw, but we can see that Justin has the king of spade. Alec contemplating what to do right now.
Check.
He's fearful that Justin had an ace, so he checks it. So here comes the river card. Well, king of diamonds comes off. This gives Alec Torelli the nuts, as we say, the best hand possible right now.
Yeah, Justin quickly checking.
Well, Justin has made 2 pair with this last card. Alec has bet $560,000. And Justin faced with a tough decision as to what to do.
Well, I think this is a little bit too big of a bet if you want to get your man. You got the nuts. Come in a little smaller, 350, 375. Make him think about it. I don't think with this board he could possibly call.
Well, he does have 2 pair. The guy did check on the turn when the ace came off.
You need like another minute and a half, guys.
The former grocery bagger says, I need time.
Well, he's an amazing young guy, this Justin Smith. I can tell you that. Anybody that's 21 and plays in the biggest games in the world, he's made that kind of money at this young age. That's phenomenal.
There's Alec Torelli's mom, Valerie, rooting her son on. And a nice lay down right there for Justin Smith.
Well, it really is. Land 2 pair down there in a heads-up situation. But Alec Torelli happy to pick up that pot. No, Alec Torelli's only 22, but he's already won over $1 million in career earnings. Tonight he could more than double that by taking down this title. That's incredible.
All right, right back to the next hand. Action going to Alec Torelli. And this time, another big hand, ace-king. Makes it 2-10 to go. So Faraz Jaka going out. What a player he is. They nicknamed him the Toilet. And I'll tell you something, he has held the throne for most of this final table, but not right now. Alex, the Brazilian, out.
Well, it's once again down to the same 2 players here, Vince. And Justin has got the 10-9 of clubs in the big blind. Everybody likes to see a flop with that kind of hand, including Justin as he makes the call.
Yep, it's getting personal at Bellagio. Here's our flop.
And flop comes king 7-4 with 1 club. So Justin has absolutely nothing but a 10 high, but look at this, Vince. He is reaching for chips, and he is not going to like it because his opponent has top pair and top kicker.
Well, he's taking a stab at a bluff. 235, he's betting into the man with a huge hand, and he's going to pop it back up. Makes it 600,000 to go.
Well, you raise it in case your opponent's got 7, 8 or something like that. You hate to give them a card by just calling there where they can catch a card to beat you. Could also have a possible straight draw.
Justin has nothing but Phil Ivey's stare right there.
Well, he's trying to look like Phil Ivey staring players down. He plays in the big game with Phil Ivey, I can tell you that. So he's seen enough of Phil Ivey's eyes to know how to do it, but didn't work here. Alec Torelli picks up yet another pot.
So Alec Torelli picks up a good one, and all of a sudden he's hotter than my cousin's gold Rolex. Stay with us. We're coming back with more exciting action for Bellagio.
He's going to raise it, makes it 250,000 to go.
Well, he's got the speed limit, a pair of 5s, 55. Now Faraz Jaka, the Toilet. They call him that. I don't. I did. I just did.
You raised 700,000?
Well, anyway, he's going to raise it.
Well, he's been by far the most aggressive player at this entire final table. We've seen some great moves by him so far at this final table. Let's see if this one works. He's come over the top, made it 700,000 with just a queen 8 offsuit.
All in.
Wow, Alec Torelli going over the top, all in.
That is amazing. How did he know?
And Vince, that is 3 in a row, the hat trick for Alec. He's going to turn around to his fans and say, hey, call me butter, I'm on a roll.
He is hotter than a cup of coffee at McDonald's right now, taking every pot. Next hand being dealt. Right back on Alec. Quickly folds his hand now for Faraz. Oh, he's got a hand this time. Pair of kings, the Cowboys.
Well, he is hoping somebody tries to get tricky with him here. He's going to raise it, makes it 250,000 to go.
I'm all in.
But the Brazilian goes all in. Oh, this could be a terrible mistake. King Jack he has.
Ooh. There you see the wince in pain by the Brazilian there as he's quickly called and sees what he's up against.
I have like a super sick feeling that King Jack's gonna find its way home. I don't like not wishing upon you, but I just think he's gonna find his way home, bro.
That's what they used to say about me the last few days. Now it's him.
Don't do it. Don't do it, please. Don't do it.
He said not to do it.
He doesn't even want it to happen. Wants to earn it, you know?
Well, when you have King Jack, the very worst hand mathematically you could be up against in this situation is 2 kings, and that's exactly the case for Alex here.
I want to see what it looks like from this side.
Faraz in about as great a shape as you could possibly be. The 2 kings stand up. Faraz Jaka will be close to the chip lead once again.
Hell yeah. All right.
1.2 million going to the winner here tonight. Here's the flop.
No Broadway.
Flop comes ace 7-5. So far, so good.
Oh, no Broadway. No Broadway.
Alex has a little shot there.
Well, he's going to have to catch a queen 10 or 2 running jacks to win this pot. He is looking for some type of help on the turn just to stay alive. To try to catch a joker. Not happening. Ace comes off. There's no card that Alex can catch to win this pot. So Faraz Jaka is going to double up here. Well, the jack does come on the river, but it's irrelevant. Faraz sits back down after doubling up. And once again, the toilet is running smooth.
Yes, he is. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action from Las Vegas on the World Poker Tour. The pair of 6s raises it up to 250,000. But the Brazilian right behind him with Queen Jack.
Well, Alex Gomes, the most successful tournament poker player in the history of Brazil.
Yes, he's going to call. Justin Smith goes out.
Well, once again,
Over
same
5
two
rings.
players playing yet another pot.
Yeah, right about.
Yep, they're pairing off here. Here's the flop.
Well, flop comes 10-7-5. Faraz still out in front with the 2 6s. Just shuffling chips with both hands, not just one. He's checked, though. And all these young guys have one similar trait. When people are checking to them, they're usually betting. That's the case right here. Alex Gomes is going to fire out there 330,000 with just queen high.
But Faraz is not going to buy it. He is making this call.
Well, that's good poker instincts by Faraz right here. To make the call with 2 6s, he believes he's got the best hand. Indeed he does. All right, an 8 comes off on the turn. This gives Faraz an open-end straight draw. Yet he still checks because Alex bet on the flop. Alex checks right behind him this time. So here we go to the river. These are the 2 chip leaders fighting it out. Ace of clubs on the river. No help to either player, but a scare card to both.
Yes, it is. And Faraz going to check again. Will the Brazilian fire here? He's saying, yes, I deserve this. Here's 425,000.
He's got absolutely nothing, just a queen high. But he does have a lot of heart to make this bet on the river. It's the only way he could win the pot. He's trying to win it. Give him credit for that. Let's see if it works.
A raise.
Oh, what is that?
Unbelievable. Faraz Jaka coming over the top of him with 2 6s here. And I mean over the top for over $2.2 million.
That is a mean raise. 2,275,000 in addition.
Right now the Brazilians feel like he's got one of those thongs tied around his throat because he is choking right now, folks. Not what you want to hear. A check raise for over $2.2 million when you just got queen high. He lays his hand down.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Vince, the toilet has got some fresh tidy bowl in his game.
Faraz, he's back, bro. He was on leave for about 30 minutes, and now he's back.
Faraz now our chip leader once again.
Well, that's where he was most of the time at this final table. He has regained the chip lead. He's once again king of the throne. All right, back to the action. Alex Gomes this time's got 2 10s. So he picks up a nice hand here.
Yeah, made it 250,000. Justin out, but the young man from Orange County, Alec Torelli, has ace queen.
Well, he's going to raise it. He makes it 710,000 to go.
Twillet goes away.
What's your total?
You guys started with 3.8.
Man, it's not going to surprise me if they both get their chips in with these hands.
I'm all in.
Wow, he's gone all in and he gets a quick call.
Well, these are 2 big hands in a 4-handed poker game.
Wow.
Almost every time you've got one of these 2 hands, your money's going in the pot. It's done so here. And Alec Torelli's tournament life on the line. He must win this pot or he's going to be out in 4th place.
God, it's like a $700,000 flip. I'm so tilted.
Alec, a little bad news for you. It's really like a $900,000 coin flip.
He's right, bro.
And what a classic race situation we've got here. Remember, the guy that goes out in 4th place is going to get only $270,000. The winner gets $1.2 million. So nearly $1 million coin flip right here, perhaps in real money, Vince. High drama at Bellagio right now. Everybody on their feet.
Alec, a sigh of disappointment. Can he get lucky on this flop? Here it comes.
Well, the flop comes Jack 8-6 with 2 clubs. So far, so good for the Brazilian. He's still out in front.
What did he do?
Now that means I like that flop in Portuguese.
Well, he should like it. He's still out in front. He's got to dodge an ace or a queen, 2 running clubs or 2 running cards to make it straight. The king of clubs comes off.
Wow, I'm sweating.
Oh, the plot thickens.
Well, Alex Torelli all smiles now because he knows he has a club flush draw. He can win with any club. He can win with a 10. He can win with an ace. He can win with a queen.
$700,000 river.
In other words, he's got a lot of outs to win this pot.
Give me a juice of heart.
Everybody holding their breath.
It is all on the line here.
Well, this could be $1 million river card right here.
Alec is chanting with his friends. The Orange County kid needs to get lucky. Will he?
No, the 7 of diamonds comes up. The Brazilian takes down the pot and now has a big chip lead with 3 players left.
Still love you. I hope you take it down.
Vince, they can hear that hollering all the way down in Brazil.
That's the Brazilian bull cry. He has done it. And that means I am a very happy Brazilian. Alec Torelli right now out in 4th place, going to take home $271,000, and here he is.
The favorite interview. God, I wanted to win so bad so I didn't have to do this, but I mean, it's pretty unfortunate setup spot, and there's not really much I could do. You know, he played his hand pretty optimally as well, and just, you know, you can't win them all. If I win that, you know, it's a different outcome, but whatever, next time. 3
players remain on the World Poker Tour at Bellagio. We're coming back with more action in just a few moments. Action on our chip leader, Alex Gomes, the former lawyer out of Brazil. He's got 8.4 million and a pair of 3s. He's going to move it up to 250,000 to go.
Now it's over to Justin. He's on the short stack here. Only got about $1.5 million here. He'll try to make something happen. Looks like he's going to do it here, Vince. He is going all in here with just an ace-3.
Very cool. He certainly is.
Faraz gets out, and the Brazilian is very happy because he's gone all in. He's made the call here of Justin's all-in bet.
I see one coming.
Oh, the Brazilian bull cry lives again.
I see one coming.
Well, he's up against about the best hand he could be up against other than a pair of deuces. Is an ace-3 here.
Alex's wife saying her prayers.
I have live suits too.
As the cards lie. Almost a 3-to-1 favorite to win the pot. Well, now the flop comes Jack, 4-4.
Jack.
Justin understands if the board pairs jacks, he'll have the best hand with jacks and 4s with the ace kicker.
Yep, he's got some hope now.
More outs on the turn.
He said the turn card will give him more outs.
I got it.
Turn card coming up. Will Justin get lucky?
The turn card is a 5, so this definitely gives him more outs. Not only the board could pair 5s, but a deuce would give him a wheel of 5-high straight. So right now,
he can't fade it again.
Justin Smith needs an ace, a jack, a 5, or a deuce. All those cards will do it for him. Anything else, and he'll be out in 3rd place.
Okay. You know that, right?
And Justin trying to talk himself into winning this hand. Here we go with the river. Can he go lucky?
Jack.
He's done it.
He has done it. He has outthrown the Brazilian on the river to stay alive in this tournament.
Let's see him beat.
And I'll tell you, for a guy that's always calm, cool, and collected, even Justin Smith is going crazy about trying to win a WPT title.
Now, Alex's wife was just told that her husband lost the hand. Now, Mike Matusow here, obviously rooting Justin on, relishing in this moment.
What started as a very quiet WPT, is now a little louder.
Justin hit the nail in the head there.
1.5 million.
Now wait, look at this. Matusow's calling him over.
Big chips, you don't need to be shipping.
I know. I had 14 big blinds, so I was
Huge chips.
He has big chips now, and don't ship it. Don't get too aggressive, he's saying.
Nice hand, bro.
Thanks.
Great coach Mike Matusow right there.
I feel that energy.
Not sure about the big chips. He's still in 3rd place at this table here.
I already
But
put
still,
my
when you
hand,
double
right?
up, you are feeling good because you're still alive.
Good suck out there. Let's go to the table. Back on Justin with the button. And King Jack.
Well, that's a good hand in a 3-handed poker game as well. See what Justin's going to do with it. He's just going to limp in and call here on the button. Something we haven't seen yet out of him.
Faraz Jaka out, and now Alex Gomes has a pair of 8s here. It's Snowman.
Now, Vince, I'll be very surprised if he didn't make a move here with 2 8s.
What you got? 3.
I should have started with about 3.2.
He's probably wondering, wow, Justin hasn't limped in yet. Is he trying to trap me with a big hand? And he's going to find out because he is going to raise it. Going to make it $575,000 to go.
He wants to get paid off here a little bit. He's got a pretty decent hand, pair of 8s.
Now look at this. You know, if you've ever seen Phil Ivey play poker, he's got those eyes, that laser look. Justin plays with him all the time. He's trying to develop Phil Ivey's eyes. You can tell it. Look at the way he shoots him over there at his opponent.
Justin, don't forget what Mike Matusow told you. Don't get crazy. You've got some chips.
I'm on.
Oh, he's getting crazy.
Very cool.
Well, so much for Matusow's advice. He's gone all in. So again, another race situation. Just a moment ago, we saw Alec Torelli get eliminated with the 2 overcards.
All right. I got it. Okay.
We've got the same exact scenario this time. Justin Smith has the 2 overcards.
King Jack.
If he loses the race, he'll be out in 3rd place.
Now, what does that mean?
Por aqui, filho.
And I got news for you, Vince. If you live in Ohio,
If I double up this, it's
that starts out OHIO. That's what they do in
it's gonna
Buckeye
be
Land.
Over after you win this pot, buddy.
I think they were in a Brazilian ballet at one point.
Right in the window.
But now they've gone to poker. Let's see what happens.
Don't sound too happy over there.
Here's our flop.
Now flop comes ace 7-3.
Bear the board! Bear the board!
So far, so good for the Brazilian. Right now, he's just got to dodge a king or a jack, or 2 running cards to make a straight. Well, a queen comes off. This gives Justin 4 more outs. A 10 would now give him an ace-high straight in the victory. So Justin Smith must catch a king, a jack, or a 10, any other card, and the Brazilian will eliminate yet another player.
Alex knows he can do it if it just pairs the board. Can he escape?
Oh, it's a 10!
No!
Back-to-back double-ups by Justin Smith, drawn out both times, Vince, to stay alive.
And look how excited he is, his fans, his friends.
Fix that tomorrow. Let's go.
Wait a minute, Vince. Something's wrong out there.
We'll operate it on it tomorrow with the million.
Yeah, there's something very wrong. He's doubled over. He's really in pain.
Yeah, it snapped.
What the? This is no bluff, let me tell you.
Poker injury. I told you this is an injury sport. They say that poker's not a sport, but this is like.
Well, this is pretty serious. People are rushing to Justin's side.
I'm really hoping it'll be okay. I'm able to play. I'll play it out.
Tournament officials have stopped the clock. We're going to find out what's going on, and we'll be right back right after this.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Well, he's got the chip lead right now with about 6 million in chips. The other 2 players have over 5 million in chips, so we've got a real horse race right now, folks.
Yes, we do. Cards being dealt. Action on Faraz Jaka. He's got the button, and he's the first one to act, and he's going to stare down at a wired pair of 10s.
Powerful hand in a 3-handed poker game. He picks up 2 10s. He is going to raise
60,
it.
right?
Makes it 260,000 to go.
Alex Gomes now with King Jack. He's going to re-raise.
Well, once again, we could see a race situation for all the chips here. But no, Faraz just makes the call here.
Started with about 5.
Does not re-raise with the 2
How
10s.
much
Very
do you have?
surprised at that.
Even.
Let's see what happens. Oh, the flop comes the slot machine. 3 7s out there. And right now, Faraz has got a full house, but Alex is the one doing the betting.
Yep, it looks like $900,000 worth. And Faraz just going to smooth call.
Well, pretty dangerous to give a guy a free card in this spot with 2 overcards. But a 10 comes off.
Oh, the danger disappears.
Well, Faraz now has 10s full of 7s. Only 4 7s will beat him.
The Brazilian slows down. He does check this time.
How much do you have behind right now about?
Almost 3. Maybe 3.2.
Well, Faraz is hoping the guy's got an overpair now or any kind of pair, or he would call a bet if he makes one.
900?
On the other hand, his hand's so
900.
strong he might not want to bet, but he does bet 900,000. And the Brazilian wisely and quickly goes out.
Yep, no contemplation there. He knew he was beat. Ran away from that hand. And right now the antes are going up to 15,000. Blinds are going to go up to 60 and 120,000. Cards being thrown around. And Alex Gomes, first to act here. He won't play this 10-6. Now Justin Smith.
I bet you know they have doctors right at ringside in the boxing matches. We may have to start putting them near the poker tables at these final tables here. Justin Smith with a serious knee injury.
He's got Queen 7. He's just calling, and no raise by Faraz Jaka with Ace 6.
Here comes the flop. It's come 10-8-4.
No help to either player, but Justin is going to bet 180 grand.
Well, look at this. Faraz with just an ace high. He's going to make the call here. I think he's making this call. He believes ace high is the best hand. Now a 6 comes off. Now he's got 2 6s. Of course, Justin now has a 2-way straight draw. A 5 or a 9 would give him a straight.
Action's on Justin. He's getting out more betting chips, 390.
And he is called by Faraz, who's got the best hand with 2 6s. What 9 comes on the river, giving Justin Smith a straight, and Vince incredibly. For the 3rd consecutive hand, Justin River Card Smith has hit a river card to win a pot.
And let's see what he bets. 470,000. And a quick fold by the toilet. Faraz Jaka wants no part of it.
And just amazing instinct by Faraz there. He called him on the flop in the turn when he had the best hand, and when he got outdrawn, he laid his hand down.
The orthoscopic kid extends his chip lead. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action here on the World Poker Tour.
And we're also seeing injuries for the first time at a WPT final table.
Yep, Justin Smith, ice pack on his knee. He's in trouble, but this time he's picked up ace-queen.
Well, that's a huge hand in a 3-handed poker game. Justin Smith going to play through the pain. I don't believe he's got any intention of going home yet, Vince, when there's $1 million to be planned for here.
Well, you know what they say in sports. No pain, no $1 million.
Faraz quickly out. Alex Gomes has picked up big slick. He's got ace-king. He has Justin Smith dominated right now. They've both got really quality hands. The kind of hands you just can't avoid when it costs you $225,000 to play 3 hands of poker right now. Blinds are so high.
Alex has moved it up to 725.
There you see Justin's eyes. He's working on his Phil Ivey eyes, that look that Phil Ivey gives. Alex has come back over the top, and I think Justin's going to shove.
Come on.
Justin goes all in. He's quickly called, and the Brazilian is going to love it when Justin turns up his hand. It's ace-king versus ace-queen. A monster pot here, nearly $9 million pot.
Ace-queen looks pretty.
And right now, the Brazilian in great shape to really take a whack out of the chip lead of Justin Smith.
Just cold decked right there. No way of getting around that. Now Justin Smith needs to get lucky again. He's done it before tonight. Here comes the flop.
Now flop comes ace, 10, 9, all clubs. Neither player has a club. They both have a pair of aces, but Justin is out-kicked right now. He's going to have to catch a queen to win this pot. Well, now a 9 comes off. Now that means if another 9 comes off or an ace comes off, this would be a split pot.
He's got some hope. Going down to the river.
An ace or 9 will give him a split. A queen will give him the win. Doesn't happen. The 5 of clubs comes off. So Alex Gomes once again regains the chip lead at this final table.
One time! And the ice bag kid went from the chip leader to the short stack. Just no way of getting around that, but he is absolutely devastated, hurt by that, as the Brazilians celebrate.
Well, Vince, there's certain hands in poker you have to go with, and obviously, I think anybody's going to go with either one of these 2 hands. Get all the money in before the flop. Unfortunately for him, he ran into a better hand, and he may be taking that ice bag off his knee and putting it on his forehead right now. Steaming a little.
Right, action going to Faraz, and oh, I can't believe this. Pair of kings for Faraz. What a hand he has.
What hands we're seeing in the 3-handed poker game. Ace, queen suited, ace, king, and now 2 kings. Boom. Well, Faraz loving this. He's going to raise it. Makes it $255,000 to go, and he is just praying somebody makes a move on him.
Well, the Brazilian going to take a break, and now Justin with a interesting ace-4. Can he slow down? Nope.
He's going to shove it. Yep, it's all in there. Quickly called by Faraz. And Justin's got to be saying to himself, wow, what is going on here? Last hand, the guy had ace-king. This time, my opponent's got 2 kings.
Well, you got to think, geez, Justin's thinking to himself, that knee thing is the kiss of death.
I can't stand up and run around anymore.
I turn my knee, and I never win another pot.
Well, Vince, he did get lucky in 3 hands on the river. Can he get lucky one more time?
10, Jack, 5, 6, 9. 5, 6, 9.
He's looking for an ace right now or some wheel cards. Doesn't happen. Jack 8, 6 out there. So he's going to have to catch an ace or 2 running cards to make an 8 high straight. That is all that's going to do it. Otherwise, the 21-year-old is going to be out.
He needs miracles. Will he get it? Not there.
Well, 9 of spade comes on the turn. We're down to the river. Justin Smith must catch an ace on the river to stay alive in this tournament.
He used to work in a grocery store as a bagger. Now he's a big-time poker pro. His chance for a WPT title coming down to this card.
Long break.
Nope, 5 of hearts comes off. So that's going to do it for this tough 21-year-old out tonight in 3rd place. But folks, I'll tell you one thing. We'll be seeing a lot more Justin Smith in the future here on the World Poker Tour. He is tough.
Tremendous effort by Justin Smith. You got to respect him. He'll take home $464,000. Right now, he's buddy Mike Mattisau walking him out of here.
Out with the Wounded Warrior and in with the cash that these guys are going to be playing for.
They shovel him off the floor, and here comes the cash. Well, one of these two players will become the next WPT champion. Will it be Faraz, the toilet Jaka, or the great player from Brazil, Alex Gomes?
That's not bad.
Not at all.
Well, that's the question is, will the toilet slam the lid on this championship, or will he get flushed down the toilet?
Act first with the button. He's got a 6 deuce of hearts.
Alex Gomes, the former lawyer who's turned poker pro, already the most successful poker player in Brazilian history.
Well, Alex is raised, makes it 425, and Faraz with queen 10 of spades is just called. Here's the flop.
And flop comes king, king 3. Faraz out in front with the queen high.
Well, he is checked, and Brazilian also going to check. The turn card is an ace of clubs. Inside straight draw for Faraz now.
Well, he's going to lead out and bet. But look at this, Vince. With just a 6 deuce, the Brazilian coming over the top for $1.5 million.
You gotta love the bongos on this Brazilian. Unbelievable.
Well, Vince, he's representing to his opponent that he's got an ace in his hand by making this play, or possibly even a king in his hand. And I can tell you, even though the guy's got the best hand with queen high, you can't stand a raise in that situation.
Show the bluff. Embarrass me.
Yeah.
Embarrass me.
You wanna see?
He would love to show this bluff.
Okay, I'll show this time.
He's doing it.
Maybe.
I asked for it.
Yeah, he asked.
I wanted to be embarrassed.
That is a needle in the knee.
Well, he said he asked for it. He wanted to be embarrassed. And right now, I think he is a little embarrassed and wishes he would have never asked to see that hand.
Well, that's going to back up the toilet just a little bit. That is punishing. As they ante up and put up the blinds, action going to Faraz. He is punchy from that.
I'll tell you what the toilet's going to do. He's going to take the plunger right now and try to stuff the other guy down it. I can promise you.
He's got 8-7 of clubs. He raises it to 430.
Be nice to me this time.
I'll try.
Alex is a pair of deuces and not going to raise. Interesting.
Here comes the flop. 10-5 deuce. Alex has flopped 3 deuces.
Amazing. Just a thing of beauty when this happens. You flop a set. He is checked. And Faraz is going to bite. 510,000 for Faraz.
Now look what happened. Alex was thinking about raising quickly there. But now he just opts to make the call with the 3 deuces. He's going to walk the dog, as we say, just going to let Faraz continue to take the lead in this hand, even though he's first to act.
Reverse play right there.
Now the queen of clubs comes off.
Well, that gives the toilet a 4 flush now.
Again, Alex checks. But now Faraz doesn't have to bluff necessarily because he does have a draw to win this pot. He's got a flush draw and he does check. If the clubs come off, this could get very bloody for the Brazilian, but it doesn't. The 4 of hearts comes off. So action back on the Brazilian.
2 million.
Oh boy, $2 million and a quick fold by the toilet.
Well, that was more than a pot-sized bet. Obviously, we can see Faraz had nothing, so he's got to get out. But the Brazilian flopping a set there and continuing to go the right direction in terms of chip count in this heads-up battle. He is moving up.
Very shrewd player, and the antes are moving up too, 20,000. And the blinds 100 and 200,000. Action going to the Brazilian. He has a 7-4 this time, and he calls it.
Well, he limps in on the button, and Faraz with a 4-3, happy to see a flop here. Here comes that flop. The flop comes ace, 10-5.
Inside straight draw, and he's checked it. And Alex, with absolutely zip and pip, is going to bet 200,000.
Well, he does have zip and pip.
Faraz calling quickly. Here comes the turn card. Well, it's a king of diamonds. Faraz has got a little flush draw there. And they both check. River card coming up.
Well, queen of clubs comes off, so possible flush out there, 4 cards straight out there. And look at this. Faraz leads out and bets 300,000 on the river. No, Vince, can you believe this? The guy raising on the river yet again with an absolute Garfunkel. Incredible. And again, Faraz goes out. Just unbelievable the plays this Brazilian is making.
Young players playing the top of the games. We're coming back on the World Poker Tour. Stay with us.
And certainly, his status is going to go up if he captures the first ever WPT title by a Brazilian poker player.
Close to 1.2 million goes with that as well. And right now, Alex with an ace-jack is going to raise 560,000.
Well, ace-jack is a strong hand in a heads-up situation. King 10 is not a real bad hand either. And there you see Faraz going to make the call with it. And the flop comes Jack 9 deuce. So Faraz has flopped a gut shot straight draw. Queen would give him a straight.
Faraz quickly checking, and Alex with top pair ace kicker. Beautiful flop for him.
And he's bet 735,000 here. Oh, and look at this, Vince. Faraz is going to raise him back. He's come over the top.
He doesn't believe the Brazilian. He's saying, I thought you were faking it. Little does he know, this could get very expensive fast.
The Brazilian is going to ship here, I believe, Vince, like most players would. You got top pair and top kicker in a heads-up situation. You move in.
I'm moving.
That's what he's done. And Faraz quickly moves out, and that's the problem. When you raise on those gut shot straight draws, you not only lose more chips, you lose your opportunity to win the pot.
Things are evening up. Alex Gomes, a former lawyer, gave it all up to play poker, and he is putting on a clinic here tonight. Just brilliant stuff. But the toilet, Faraz Jaka, also a genius from San Jose, California. Only 23 years old. He's playing some great poker here tonight as well.
Well, Faraz knows he can come back because Alex did it. When Faraz had 11 million and Alex was down to 5 million, they've completely flip-flop positions now.
Well, Alex this time again with ace-jack has raised to 535. Faraz with an ace-7.
Well, that's a pretty strong hand in a heads-up situation. Unfortunately, he's dominated here.
All in.
But he's gone all in.
I call.
And he's quickly called by the Brazilian. And folks, this could do it. It's ace-jack versus ace-7.
Oh, excitement here.
Oh, this is like the World Cup to Brazilians here. They are excited. They are fun people and fun poker players. Right now, it's not so much fun for Faraz, that's for sure. He's going to have to get lucky to win this pot to stay alive in this tournament.
This could be the hand that closes the rat cage. Ace-jack versus ace-7. 5 cards to come. Here's the first 3.
And the flop comes 8-6 deuce. Faraz is going to have to catch a 7 or 2 running cards to make a straight. The board paired twice. They would split this pot. Other than that, it's going to be over.
The toilet looking depressed here. Here's the turn card.
Well, the board does pair. 2 6s come off. So now Faraz can escape this hand. If an 8 or a deuce comes up where they'd split the pot, he can win it with a 7. He must catch a 3 across, as we say. An 8 or a deuce would do it as well.
Gomez 1 card away from a WPT made millionaire. And he's done it!
There it is. The Brazilian has come from last place at this final table to take the first ever World Poker Tour title back to Brazil.
Alex Gomes taking home $1,187,000 here from Bellagio.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
So here we go, the final table of the Legend of Poker about to get underway. And ironically, we've got one 21-year-old at the table this tournament, and the other 5 guys are all over 30, something we don't see often anymore.
Okay, the antes are going to start at 3,000. Blinds 12 and 24,000. Action's going to Todd Terry from Hoboken, New Jersey, 35 years old. He's an Ivy League math guy, now playing poker.
Also a former lawyer, very educated guy, went to Harvard and then law school.
Quickly folds Kevin Schaffel out. And now, young man from Malibu, Prahlad Friedman.
Yeah, your neighbor, Vinny.
Yeah. He's going to fold that hand.
I can't pick up my cards.
Well, this is Mike Krescanko. He's a long-time poker veteran, been around for over 20 years. I played a lot of poker with this guy. He's primarily a limit poker player and a high-low split player, but here he is, a no-limit WPT final table.
Very exciting. He's got Queen 10. He's going to bump it up. 58,000 to go. Toto, local professional out of LA, quickly folding his hand.
Oh, but the 21-year-old has picked up big slick in the big blind. He's got ace king. I just can't imagine with his chip stack, he's not going to be coming over the top right here. He's starting out in 5th chip position.
Yep. Calls himself King Kobe MVP online. That's his nickname. Loves Kobe Bryant. And he's got to love this hand. Big slick on hand number 1.
He'll be changing that name to King Sam if he wins this tournament.
All right, he's going to re-raise. Makes it 206,000. Back on Mike Krescanko.
Sam starting his final table with about 740,000 in chips. Mike starting with about 1.2 million.
We got another 5 behind, see?
Yep.
How can you not know, Vince? He just wants to hear him talk.
Oh, yeah.
Just wants to hear the guy chatter in case his voice cracks a little. But on the first hand of the night, it's impossible not to know how many chips each opponent has.
How much more is it?
You know you're going to do at least that much homework to find out who's got what amount of chips and who can bust you.
Hey, look at that look on Mike's face. Like he just got stuck with a cow prod. You know, it's a deer in the headlights. It's a cow prod on your side. It just doesn't feel good.
Well, the truth is, it's just a matter if Mike's in a gambling mood or not. Wants to take a flop with this Queen 10.
Ooh,
he does make the call, so here we go.
Big pot.
Good action on hand number 1. We got a young pro going up against an old pro here.
A little surprising. Here's the flop.
Oh, what a flop for Mike. He's out in front now with 2 queens as it comes. Queen 8-5.
Action on Sam Stein, though, first.
Well, this could spell doom for the youngster.
340,000.
Well, he's going to bet 340,000. Mike quickly goes all in and is called by the ace-king. Sam sort of pot committed here. And on deal number 1, the 21-year-old could be out of here, Vince.
Behind. Called Queen 10.
Man, big slick could be backfiring in a big way.
Well, as the cards lie right now, Mike Krescanko about a 70% favorite to win this pot. Well, the 21-year-old wondering how he could call a raise with a Queen 10 offsuit to start with, but it's not over. He's looking for an ace or a king or 2 cards to make a straight, but right now, the youngster in trouble. Hand number 1, we could have a casualty.
Oh, he's got some hope there.
Turn card is a 7 of diamonds. Well, this gives Sam a flush draw, as well as the 2 overcards. If he doesn't catch an ace, king, or diamond, he's gone, but he's done it. The jack of diamonds comes on the river. So once again, Lady Luck shining on the youngster, the 21-year-old, catching it flush on the river to stay alive at this final table. And that is tough luck for Mike Krescanko. He is now in 6th place in chip position.
Only get in with the best of it, boys.
Oh, man, complete pandemonium here at the bike.
Such an easy game.
You run pretty good, kid.
Wow.
Stay with us.
Maybe I'm crazy.
Table.
Well, action's on Kevin right here. Looks down at an ace-8 offsuit. He's under the gun, meaning he's first to act. Tell you what impresses me about Kevin is the guy's a scratch golfer.
Well, Kevin's going to raise it, makes it 60,000 into the Prahlad, and he's got a big hand, big slick, ace-king.
Well, we just saw Sam Stein do very well with his ace-king. He doubled up with it in the last pot. Let's see what happens to Prahlad here. There's D. Friedman. That's Prahlad's wife. She is quite a poker player herself.
Prahlad looks like he's getting more chips out with his ace-king. Yes, he is going to make it a clean 200,000 to go.
It comes right over the top with the ace-king, just as we saw Sam Stein do in the previous pot.
Krescanko and Toto both out. Sam Stein not going to call. Ivy Leaguer math guy also out. So back around to Schaffel. No, he won't play.
So your neighbor takes down the pot there, Vinny.
Prahlad Friedman taking that pot down. No fight.
Brings a smile to D's face.
Okay, and just like that, the price of poker is going up. $5,000 ante, and the blinds will be 15 and 30,000.
So that's 75,000 a round it costs you to play now. So all those guys that try to sit back and wait for aces and kings, their stack will get dwindled down. You got to mix it up and play if you want to win these WPT titles.
Action going to Toto Leonidas, the longtime pro out of LA. Originally out of the Philippines, he quickly folds his hand. Sam Stein now also folding.
Around to the former lawyer, Todd Terry. He goes out.
Kevin out. Back around to Prahlad Friedman.
Well, the battle of the blinds, and look at this. Prahlad picks up 2 kings in the small blind. We just saw him pick up ace-king in the last pot. Another monster right here.
Oh, the hippie could start to do a moon dance after seeing that hand, and he's going to raise it up.
Makes it 65,000 to go.
And Mike Krescanko, he has a big hand as well. Ace-queen, he says all in.
Well, this is a standard play by Mike, no question about it.
Quick call by Prahlad, of course, with the kings.
Well, you see the disgusted look in Mike's face as he sees a small blind picked up 2 kings. He's saying, what is going on here? You certainly can't blame Mike for going all in here with ace-queen out of the big blind. He's only got about 500 in chips. You pick up a hand like that against a small blind, you're going to play it.
What can I do? I'm gonna lay that down. Anyone laying that down?
No one in the world.
It's kind of hard to lay that down, isn't it?
Well, Mike said up front he didn't care whether it came in first or sixth. Doesn't care about the money. I think he's going to start caring about the money. Kings up against ace-queen early on here.
Well, it's not over yet, though. Mike can obviously catch an ace.
Let's both make a flush in spades.
Or make some kind of flush or straight to win this pot, but let's see what happens. Oh, a king right in the door, as we say. Some king, 9 deuce. Unbelievable. Well, Mike's got to hit 2 running cards to make it straight. It's all he can win with. Must catch a 10 and a jack. Nothing else will do. The 20-year poker pro is going to be taking that drive back to Arizona here very shortly as the queen comes up on the turn. That's going to do it. This wasn't meant to be for Mike today. That's obvious. Got very unlucky on the first hand. Ran into a big duke right here. Mike Krescanko out in 6th place.
Yeah, dire times for him as he walks away into the darkness of the Bicycle Casino. Picks up $89,000.
Another thing. Thanks. Every now and then I hear it.
Well played, sir.
You know, they said you were a tricky player, but I really mean it now. They really mean it.
We were all rooting for you, though.
I could feel it.
All right, back to the table. A couple quick folds. Prahlad and Toto out. And now Sam Stein, the 21-year-old out of LA, also folding.
Over to the former lawyer, Harvard graduate, mathematics whiz. He is going to raise it. Comes in for 90,000.
From Hoboken, New Jersey, that's where Frank Sinatra was born and raised, and he's raised it.
Kevin, of course, got a lot of notoriety by making the main event final table of the World Series of Poker in 2009. This is his first WPT final table.
Todd has made it 90,000 to go, but Kevin is going to call with Jack 10 right behind him of spades.
Well, here comes a flop. What a flop for Todd. Raised it with king high and catches 2 kings. He's got top pair. Kevin has got second pair.
Well, Todd's bet 115, and Kevin doesn't believe him. He's going to make this call. Going to the turn.
When a jack comes off, beautiful card for Kevin there, as he's now made 2 pair to take the lead.
Now look at that little Hollywood pinky check by Todd Terry. That was very soft. Either that or his pinky's twitching.
That looked like a piano player's check to me. You know, he uses his little fingers, you know, dink, dink, dink.
Well, he's checked wisely, and Kevin now spiking the 2 pairs, coming out with a bet.
He's going to bet 250,000. Now what do you do with top pair if you're Todd Terry? This is what poker's all about, folks, making tough decisions.
Well, he doesn't care about decisions. It all comes down to math with this guy, he says. He's a genius math whiz.
Call.
Oh, boy. So a big pot brewing here between Todd and Kevin.
River card comes up, 5 of spades helping neither player. Here's the pinky check again.
And Kevin surprisingly checks 2 pair right behind him. I believe we could have got a little value out of that 2 pair had he made a small wager there. Opted to just go ahead and check, and he's going to take down the pot, but I think he missed a value bet there.
I think so too. And look at the irritated Todd Terry. Disgusted. Saying to himself, listen, I'm the Ivy Leaguer. Don't try to push me around. So right there, Kevin Schaffel taking down a nice little pot.
Birdied that hole.
To the table we go.
Can we vote?
It is on Prahlad. He quickly folds a 6-7.
Toto going out as well. Round to the 21-year-old on the button. Looks at King 10 of hearts. Sam Stein doubled up on the very first deal at this final table. Hadn't played a pot since. 21 years old, been a poker pro for 3 years. He's played a lot of online poker in his day, that's for sure. We're going to raise it here to 75,000.
All right, Todd Terry folding.
Around to Kevin.
When you look at Kevin, and he's got the glasses on, he's got that tough look. He almost looks like one of those southern prison guards that you just would hate. Picture him with a rifle on the chain gang, you know?
Oh, take it easy. He's a super nice guy, this guy.
I don't care. He looks like a prison guard on the chain gang.
Maybe you should take the glass off. He won't look so mean to you.
You don't see the prison guard thing, huh, Mike?
Yeah. I don't see it. I just can't get out of the fact that the guy's a scratch golfer. I'm sorry. I'm hypnotized by that.
Well, he's a caller here. Queen 4. Both hearts. Here we go with the flop. 4, 4, 5. Kevin's hit 3 of a kind.
Oh, what a flop for Kevin. He checks it, trying to set a little trap for his man, and boom, the continuation bet being made by Sam Stein right here.
Yeah, Sam Stein's bet 100 grand with his nothing.
He's not going to like it. Now the question is, do you raise right now, or you just sort of walk the dog with the 3 4s? Well, Kevin's going to come right over the top. He's going to make it 350,000 to go.
Yep.
And he's coming over the top here in hopes that his opponent's got a real hand, an overpair, for example, where he might get all his chips. As the cards lie, probably not going to get any action, but still happy to flop the 3 4s and take down the pot.
He's saying what we got here is fade to communicate. Sam in a quandary, and he's going to finally fold his hand. Wisely done. Sometimes you just got to give it up.
Kevin Schaffel taking down that pot.
The prison guard looking good. 5 players remain here on the World Poker Tour. We're coming right back.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
You got less, you're below average. So you know where you stand when you see that percentage.
All right, action on Toto, former casino employee, now poker player, quickly folding his hand. The young 21-year-old Sam Stein out.
And the math guy from Harvard, he's out as well. So once again, we've got a battle of the blinds. Action on Kevin Schaffel.
Yep, the chip leader at this point. He's got a queen 9 off suit.
Uh-oh, well, the dog comes down, and that means that Kevin is barking.
Yep, he's going to raise it, makes it 75,000 to go.
Every time Kevin plays a pot, he puts that little dog on his cards. But right behind him, Prahlad has picked up 2 8s in the big blind.
Too bad.
Let's see how he's going to play it. Most people will just come over the top right here.
But not the hippy-dippy. He's going to call it.
Well, he's up against the chip leader, so you tread water a little more cautiously in those situations.
Here's the flop.
Oh, what a flop for Prahlad. It's come Jack 8 3s, flopped a set. He's got 3 8s. Kevin, with the gut shot straight draw, is going to make the continuation bet of 100,000.
And this is what you play for. If you're Prahlad, you hit 3 of a kind. You're a vegetarian. It's like you're seeing a giant organic vegetable garden before your very eyes.
Well, just a moment ago, we saw Kevin flop a set of 4s. He opted to raise in this position. His opponent got out. But notice Prahlad is just calling here. He's going to walk the dog, as we say. Wants to let Kevin continue to take the lead and hopefully continue to fire at the pot. Offsuit deuce comes off. No help to anybody.
A good nothing card if you're Prahlad. Will he get his sucker to bet? And that would be Kevin at this point. And yes, he's going to boldly stick it out there with nothing, 300,000.
Well, the reason he's betting here is his opponent didn't raise him on the flop, so you don't put him on a jack here. So you're making a continuation bet yet again, in hopes that he might have middle pair and just get out. As it is, he's got middle set. He's not going anywhere. Just trying to figure out what to bet to continue to get Kevin to play this pot and extract more chips from him.
600.
Oh, no, he's going to pop it back.
He's going to make it the minimum raise, too, a $300,000 raise.
That is scary.
Oh,
Oh, boy, the prison guard now trying to act strong. Saying how much more you got. He's sickened.
If he raises it here, the inmate's going to turn on him, Vince. I can tell you that.
Oh.
This would not be a good time to make a move for Kevin Schaffel.
Boy, I never liked your kind.
Yeah, I'll tell you. He's going to try to make Prahlad do a little more hard time here. But as it turns out, Kevin better be very careful here. He does lay his hand down.
Yeah, wisely done.
Show the bluff.
And Prahlad takes it down, and so far, Vince, he's catching by far the best cards at this final table. Ace king, 2 kings, flop 3 8s. The Malibu man on the move right now.
A big dent there for our chip leader. 5 players remain going after this title. We'll be back for more on the World Poker Tour. Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. 5 players continue here at the bike for that first prize for over $1 million.
And folks, you may not recognize the faces of these players at this table, but if you watch the poker that's being played here, you're seeing some top-notch poker. Believe me, these guys have game.
Well, we know them. They're secret geniuses in the poker world, and now they want to become legends in the legends of poker here at the bike.
Well, one of them is going to become a legend champion, to go along with the likes of guys like Doyle Brunson, who won this event. So certainly a lot on the line for these guys, to say nothing of the $1 million first place prize.
All right, to the felt we go. Sam Stein quickly folding his hand. Todd Terry from Hoboken, New Jersey, with a little wired pair of 3s, says, how much you got there, Toto?
300. That's 75.
He's got about 5% of the chips, not very much.
Yeah.
Pick on the dog when he's down. How about that?
Toto Leonidas, normally a very aggressive poker player when he plays in the cash games, but here at the tournament, when you're on a short stack like this, you just got to wait for a hand and get your chips in there. It's on Todd Terry, one of those guys who got 2 first names. He's also got a law degree and graduated from Harvard with an applied mathematics degree, so this guy definitely one of the smarter poker players out there. He's going to lay it down, though. Todd Terry laying down the small pair.
And Kevin Schaffel with his favorite hand, Jack 10.
And he bet 75,000 on the button.
Prahlad going out. And Toto in the big blind has a king queen.
Well, he's been waiting for a hand to get his chips in with, Vince. I believe this is the one he's going to go with.
All in.
Toto has done it. He's pulled the trigger for 400,000. He's moved all in.
405,000 total?
Yeah, 405.
Well, this is why Todd Terry earlier on was saying, Toto, how much you got? Because he has 3s. He's thinking to himself, can I push him out? Is it just going to be a race? What's going on? So he made a wise mathematic fold right there.
That's still a lot of chips.
Well, Kevin Schaffel is the chip leader. He can well afford to make this call.
I know.
It's going to cost him another 330,000 to do so. But you have to play 2 scenarios in your mind. Number 1, do you really want to double up a tough player like Toto? But number 2, you've got chips to gamble with. If you get lucky, win the pot, you can eliminate another player.
And number 3, he's got prison duties to do.
Well, he gives Toto respect. He lays his hand down. So Toto Leonidas, top-notch pro player, taking down his first pot at this final table.
He talked me out of it. A lot of chips.
It's amazing how when you win a pot, Vince, when you're on a short stack, you start smiling and laughing.
Toto Leonidas taking his first pot here tonight.
I don't bluff, guys.
Well, he's a former casino employee. He used to be a bartender and a food server at the casinos, but he's also a great player, a lot of experience, and Toto shows it there.
Well, Vince, you got to admire guys that worked in casinos as bartenders and waiters and now play in big cash games like Toto does.
Yeah.
Plays in a lot of events out here on the World Poker Tour. Good to see him at a final table.
Yeah, going after over $1 million here tonight. Cards are being dealt once again, and the blinds are going up to 20 and 40 now. Action going to the man from Malibu, Prahlad Friedman.
Gets down to the Jack-5 offsuit and folds.
Yep, and now Toto also going out. Sam Stein, the 21-year-old, also out. And now we're back around to Todd Terry.
And once again, it's a battle of the blinds. We've seen a lot of that so far at this final table. And he's going to limp in and call with the 8-6. But look at this right behind him. Kevin Schaffel's picked up 2 kings. He caps his card with the dog and checks, Vince. He is slow playing the 2 kings.
Yes, he is.
Camouflaging the strength of his hand. Big time here.
All right, here's the flop. It is 10-6-3. Todd gets a piece of that, and there goes the Hollywood pinky wrap.
Well, he checks middle pair. A little surprised by that. Kevin with the overpair is now going to make a bet. 70,000.
It just mirrors his hands starting to look like ET's.
It looks like you got piano hands to me, Vince. You try tapping your finger like that without the other fingers moving. It's not easy.
All right, well, he's making a call. He could get into trouble here. 10 on the turn, pairs the board.
Well, again, Todd checks. Even though there's a possibility your opponent might have 3 10s, if you're sitting in Kevin's seat, you don't think so, because you believe a guy would have come back over the top of you if he'd have flopped top pair. What you're fearful about is you got some kind of straight draw or some kind of flush draw here. So you don't want to give him a free card, so that's why you would bet 2 kings. 150,000. Todd, of course, has got second pair, thinks he might have the best hand, so he's going to make the call.
Yep, down to the river. Todd needs to get lucky. What will happen?
Oh, he's caught a 6, Vince. That's lucky. The only card he could win this pot with, and it peels right off of there on the river. Unbelievable. And again, he checks. Now, you don't know if he's checking for the check raise or if he's fearful that his opponent's got a 10 in his hand for 10's full. Well, Kevin's going to bet 200,000.
Look at this, Todd Terry looking disgusted. He might think his opponent had top pair, has a 10.
Oh, obviously, that's what he thinks. He's gone into slump mode here, which is shocking to me. Now, I can't believe he's going to take this long. His opponent's only bet 200,000. You're never, ever, ever going to throw this hand away in this spot, Vince. If the guy's got 10s full, he's just got it. You're going to call. Maybe he's thinking about coming over the top with the 6s full.
No, impossible. That would be impossible. You can't get called unless you're beat. So that won't happen. But, you know, you give a man can whine at the poker table a little bit. You know, get the violin out.
I'll tell you who's going to be whining here when this pot's over. That's going to be Kevin. Because as long as Todd has taken call this bet, right now Kevin's saying to himself, please call me.
Yep.
He thinks he's got the best hand with 2 kings. When he turns this hand up and loses, he's going to be shocked, I promise you. And there's the slow roll. The 6 is full, and you see the expression on Kevin's face. What could take you so long to call with that hand? I can't believe it. Guy's winding me up here, I guess.
Kevin taking it back right there. Todd Terry taking down a big pot.
Kevin slow played the 2 kings. It came back to bite him, but still, I think the slow roll aggravated him just as much, if not more. You could say that. Well, Vince, 5 players left, but a big difference in prize money between the guy that goes out 5th and the guy that wins this tournament. Nearly 900,000. So certainly every decision critical right now for all these players.
As you can see, our chip leader Kevin Schaffel and Toto Leonidas on a short stack. Here we go to the table. Action on Sam Stein. 21-year-old out of Los Angeles, quickly folding. He's playing pretty tight here tonight.
Well, there's Todd Terry looking down at the Queen 10 of spade.
Toto, how much do you have?
Former lawyer, Harvard mathematics major.
Well, he's got Queen 10 of spades, and all he's interested in is Toto's chip stack.
That's 4.
You're always using his math.
475.
Trying to figure out if he can bully out Toto.
Okay, thank you.
If need be.
I know Toto's on the short stack.
Why you always count mine? You have 2 big stacks behind you.
Oh, look, Toto's taking it personally.
He's got a good point there.
He's getting picked on.
Yeah. Yeah. He shouldn't have said anything because the guy raised him here.
Needed 100,000 to go. Our chip leader goes out. Prahlad Hippie Friedman has an ace-5 this time.
Well, he's got a weak ace. You just hate to call razor with these kind of hands.
Looking over at Todd, thinking, how strong is this guy? Strong enough, he says. He folds.
Toto quickly out as well.
Yeah.
Todd Terry picking up the pot, but making a little enemy. Toto Leonidas every time that guy sits on the act, he always asks Toto how many chips he's got.
3 suited or jack 9 off.
I had a big card.
You had 1 big card?
Todd puts a nice smirk on his face.
Probably had you, though.
I had 2 big cards.
Well, as you know, Vince, many times in poker games, if two players get into it with each other, they create a little rivalry, they go after each other, and it makes for a better game, as you know.
So Todd Terry, a Harvard undergrad in mathematics, NYU Law School, professional poker player now, quickly folding this hand. And now it's on our chip leader, Kevin, who's tightening up a bit.
Acting around to the Malibu man, he's out, and once again, it's the battle of the blinds. Toto in the small blind looks at 10-6 of clubs.
I'm all in.
And he's going to take a crack at it.
Yeah. Sam's got king high. He's got the best hand.
Which is it?
It's not the kind of hand you really want to call an all-in bet with.
But Sam is feigning interest here. He's saying, how much will it cost me?
That's 400.
Nearly $500,000.
470.
And Sam can't afford to make that kind of call. He only has $860,000 himself.
Yeah.
Well, these are the two short stacks at the table, Toto and Sam.
470, sorry.
That sounds like a bad Disney movie, by the way. But there you have it.
Oh, boy.
Toto and Sam, don't you get it?
Now look at the look on Toto's face. Most of the time in poker, when someone's staring at you like they've got a real big hand, they've got the opposite of that. They've got a weak hand. That's exactly the case right here. I think many pros would have picked up on that and maybe called Toto right there, but Sam opting to lay down the king high, Toto picking up the pot.
And look at Toto. He is proud of that bluff. That's the way you have to do it. You don't get the cards, you got to push him around. Nicely done by Toto. Price of poker going up, $10,000 ante, and the blinds are?
30 and 60,000.
All right, they're going to gamble.
Well, they're going to have to gamble now because it cost you 140,000 a round.
So the action going to Sam Stein. Made the lay down, and this time he's going to lay this one down as well.
Goes away the queen 10.
Todd Terry out.
Kevin out, and again a battle of the blinds. Boy, this is like a rerun movie here tonight. Everybody folding to the blinds.
And Prahlad with a queen 10 is just going to call it.
He's just going to limp in and call, even though he's mathematically favored over 2 random cards to have the best hand.
And Toto with a jack 7 of diamonds in the big blind.
Well, tempted to move in with this hand, even though it's not that much, but you figure your opponent doesn't have much because he just limped in. Well, Toto's got that look in his eye again.
How could he see his eye? I mean, come on. It's like Darth Vader.
Well,
Darth Vader.
Just look at him. I mean, look at this guy. He looks like he's getting ready to enter a UFC fight or something.
He's got an interesting look. I'll give him that.
Well, we got the battle of the sunglasses here.
I'm scared.
Now, says he's scared, just wants to see a free flop here.
But I guess he was. Here come the first 3 cards.
The flop is Jack 4-4. Nice flop for Toto. He now has 2 pair. Jack's up. Has the best hand, but Prahlad is going to make a continuation bet here, 60,000, just to try to win the pot right here. But that's not going to work because the flop helped Toto.
Yep. Not going to be quite as scared now.
You know, I like the bet that Prahlad made into a pot that's got 170,000 in it, and when you're up against a short stack, generally speaking, he's going to have a hand to play. So you're going to find out where you're at here for a small amount of money. Pot's got 170,000 in it, so I put a small feeler bet out there. And this is a small feeler raised by Toto. He's bet 145,000 here.
Very cagey by Toto. Experienced professional. Been around the block a few times, and it's going to work.
Well, I think that was a good bet and a good raise by both of these players. Both pros, both live in the LA area, and both looking to take down the $1 million first place prize. We are at the legendary Bicycle Casino for the Legends of Poker, one of the premier poker events in the world.
Well, it's a dead heat for first between Kevin and Prahlad with about 2.6 million in chips.
Here we got 2 chip co-leaders and 2 co-chip short stacks. One of these 5 guys is going to take down $1 million and a coveted WPT title tonight.
Okay, to the felt we go. Actions on Todd Terry, the 35-year-old former lawyer from Hoboken, New Jersey, as he quickly folds. Kevin Schaffel, our chip leader at this point, has picked up a pair of 7s.
Yep, he's got the 2 walking sticks. He's going to walk a little raise into this pot, makes it $150,000 to go.
Now Prahlad with the suited connector, 9-8 of spades.
Well, you certainly like to see flops with that kind of hand. But do you want to call the chip leader?
No, he does not. Toto out, and now Sam Stein. Oh, he's got a pretty decent king-queen. Doesn't have that many chips left.
I'm all in.
And there he goes. He's going to push all in.
He's moved all in for about $750,000 here.
Back on the prison guard, Kevin Schaffel.
Yeah, it's going to cost him another $600,000 or so to make this call. Well, he does make the call. You can't blame him for doing that. We've got a race situation. It's the under pair versus the 2 overcards. And actually, Sam Stein, the youngster, is not that disappointed in this. He needs to try to get a hold of some chips, so why not race for some? Well, Sam's got king, queen. Kevin has 2 7s. We've got the classic race, the 2 overcards versus the under pair. And folks, if you want to win WPT titles, or any other tournament for that matter, you gotta win these races. Who's gonna get lucky and win this one?
Sam's mom in the audience, sweating her young man. And here's the flop.
Oh, a 7 right in the door. Kevin has hit the slot machine. Well, there's no cards that Sam Stein can win his pot with. He's drawn dead on the flop. He knows it, shakes his hand. An amazing flop for Kevin Schaffel there. He is going to eliminate a player and increase his chip lead.
Feeling out the cards, irrelevant right now.
Nice call.
So that's going to do it for the 21-year-old Sam Stein from Hidden Hills, California. He'll be our 5th place finisher.
He plays really strong poker. He finishes 5th. He is going to pick up $116,000 for his efforts. And just like that, we are down to 4 players. We are back at the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles for the Legends of Poker. 4 players remain right now.
Right now, the happiest guy at the table is Toto Leonidas. He started this final table on a short stack, has been on a short stack ever since, yet 2 players are gone, and he's moved up to at least 4th place. When that happens, you're feeling good.
As you can see, Kevin Schaffel, he's the chip leader with close to $3.5 million in chips right now. Let's go to the table. He's got a pair of 10s.
Picks up another hand here.
Born and raised in Miami, and now he's going to bet $150,000.
That's right now. He's playing under par at this final table. Doing very well. Tournament leader.
Prahlad going out with ace high. Oh, incredible. Toto's got a huge hand here. Pair of kings.
Wow. Well, this is what he's been waiting for, Vince. Right now he's a happy camper because he started this final table in 6th place on the short stack, has constantly been on the short stack, yet 2 other players have been eliminated.
I'm all in.
There he goes.
Well, he's going all in. He's certainly going to be called for sure by Kevin.
Yep, and Kevin does make the call, of course.
Well, there you go. Toto Leonidas in great shape to double up here against the chip leader. Both players have a legitimate hand. Nobody going to throw one of these hands away. Just unfortunate for Kevin that he's found Toto with 2 kings.
Here's the flop. Kings up against 10s. First 3.
Now flop comes Jack 3 deuce.
Kings safe so far.
So far, so good for Toto. Out in front with the 2 kings.
Comes the turn card.
4 comes off on the turn.
Also good for Toto.
Kevin's going to have to catch a 10 to eliminate Toto from this tournament. And a 4 comes off. So Toto pumps the fist. He's doubled up. And Vince, they better be careful. He can be very dangerous.
Nice hand.
Thanks,
Well, the legend of Toto is building. He has a shot at this $1 million first place prize, as well as these other guys.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Well, that $1 million first place prize and that coveted WPT title is still up for grabs.
Okay, the play is about to start up again, so let's go watch them gamble. These are 10,000, blinds are 30 and 60,000. Action's going to Toto Leonidas, the former casino employee, bartender at the casino, now going after $1 million.
Well, Toto, a tough professional player out of the LA area. He's down to King 7 here and lays it down.
Yep, and now the math whiz out of Harvard, Todd Terry with a king deuce of hearts and the button.
Raise.
Yeah, he's going to raise because he's in position. Comes in for 150,000.
Into the chip leader, Kevin Schaffel, out of Miami. He's got a king jack of diamonds.
Yep, he's got Kojak. And he's going to make the call.
Yes, he is.
Prahlad can see that there's 400,000 out there. Only going to cost him 90,000 to call, meaning he's getting good pot odds, but his problem is he doesn't have a hand.
Yep, not very good. 10-3. He goes away. So King Deuce up against King Jack.
There you see former WPT Player of the Year, Jonathan Little, as well as another good poker player, Brian Devonshire. They're here to watch Todd Terry try to take down this title.
The flop comes up Queen 10-8, open-ended here for Kevin Schaffel, but they both check. Nothing hitting for Todd.
Oh, the 9 of hearts comes off. The joker.
Ouch.
For Kevin Schaffel. He's got the nuts, the best hand possible right now. The king high straight.
Now, what is the 51-year-old former mail marketer going to do here?
Yeah, he was in direct marketing for 30 years. That's the junk mail the mailman brings us, Vince.
You know, I don't think I like him anymore.
And he leads out, Vince.
That's 300,000, yeah.
He doesn't check it.
Well, this is interesting because Todd has a 4 flush, 4 hearts.
Well, there you see some of Kevin's friends. Those guys are all good poker players and pretty good golfers in their own right.
Motley crew that was.
Todd, who has a degree in applied mathematics from Harvard, trying to compute this situation.
A little overqualified, if you ask me.
For an advanced math whiz, he should recognize there's 700,000 in the pot. Going to cost him 300,000 to make the call. He's about a 4.5 to 1 underdog to win it and catching a heart. So it doesn't add up in terms of pot odds.
Well, maybe you're right about that, but he's going to call. You know what? I want to see his degrees. I don't buy this whole math whiz thing now.
Well, now we're going into implied odds, Vince, meaning how much can you win if you hit your heart here? I think he can win a lot of chips from Kevin. Let's see if that happens.
See if he gets lucky. Needs to hit a heart.
Nope, 5 of diamonds comes off. So Kevin looks over, sees how many chips he's got. $1 million in the pot right now. Now here's a case that you should know. Probably the only way you're going to get called is if your opponent's got a jack in his hand, if he's got a straight. So here, I believe you're supposed to make a very big bet at this pot, figuring you can't get called unless he's got a straight. And if he's got one, you can take all his chips. And Todd does lay it down, but when you got called, you thought your opponent might have a straight there. That's what you're hoping for when you have a higher straight.
Well, that's a good point. That's the kind of time you can stick it all out there, because the guy has to be committed. He has a jack, he's going to call no matter what. So a little missed opportunity perhaps. Kevin taking the pot. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour.
These guys are looking to catch some right now and take down this $1 million first place prize. 4 players left, and for the first time in a long time, we've got 4 guys left over the age of 30. Generally, we're swamped with these young 20-something-year-olds, Vince.
All right, well, the math whiz, Todd Terry going out. And now our chip leader, Kevin, he's got 44 midlife crises.
Well, he puts the dog on his cards, and if he haven't been with us, that means he's going to play the pot. Indeed he is. With the 2 4s, he makes it 175,000 to go.
Yeah, he's got a good position. He's on the button. last to act on. Look at that.
Prahlad has picked up the best hand possible, 2 aces in the small blind, and the chip leader has raised it on the button. It's what you dream about. And you are feeling so good right now. There's Dee Friedman. It's Prahlad's wife, also a phenomenal poker player in her own right.
Big hand for Prahlad, and he's going to move it up to 450,000 to go.
Yep, comes over the top with the 2 aces.
Toto now going to stare down at a pair of deuces.
Well, if deuces were wild, he'd be in pretty good shape here, but you're not going to call a raise and a re-raise with 2 deuces, especially when it's going to take about all your chips to get him in there and you're going to get cold.
Toto taking his time here.
I bet he's only got 900,000 in chips. It's 450,000 to him. With pot odds of over 3-1, if he makes an all-in bet, obviously he's going to get cold here, so I can't see how you can get involved right here with the raise and re-raise in front of you. It's just a simple laydown. He finally does lay it down, but he did so in agony.
Back to Kevin, who's got the 4s.
Well, Kevin Schaffel staring over at Prahlad's chip stack. These are the 2 chip leaders. Better be real careful about clashing with him right now, or we would have a massive new chip leader, and it wouldn't be Kevin Schaffel.
There's Mark Friedman, Prahlad's dad, also a vegetarian, also drives a Prius.
Also a good poker player. Kevin, a scratch golfer. That's more impressive than his poker playing to me, but he better be real careful here. He's going to double bogey this hole. He lays the hand down, and wisely so. Well, a good lay down by Kevin there.
So Prahlad not quite getting the action he wanted, but he'll take that pot.
Well, the man from Malibu has caught the biggest hand so far at this final table. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Yeah, very patient player, very solid. Prahlad quickly folding. Now Toto Leonidas with an uneventful 6-deuce offsuit. He's starting to milk it out here, though, Mike.
Well, starting to frustrate the players a little, and as long as he takes the act every time on his hand, here's a case that should be just an instant muck.
And now Todd Terry with a queen 9 of spades says all in.
He is going all in here for $1 million.
Kevin lays it down. He can't call with just a 7-4.
He knew mathematically his hand was a favorite over 2 random cards, so why not move in?
Okay, right now, one of Todd's friends, poker pro Brian Devonshire, is standing by. I get the feeling that he's intelligent.
I'm all in.
All right, he's pushed it with king 10 all in again. Kevin out.
Well, as they say, the all-in bet works every time but once in poker.
Prahlad with king 9 of clubs won't call.
Wow. How much you have there, Todd?
Toto asking him how much he's got.
A little more than you.
I just wish I could call this one. I'm 50-50 right now. Haven't looked yet, though.
Now, Toto hadn't looked, said he's 50-50. He could win it or he couldn't. I guess that's his math.
Wow, yeah, one good one.
He didn't go to the same class as Todd did at Harvard. And he does have a gambling-style hand, especially for a guy like Toto. He stands up and is...
No, he's not standing up. He's crouching up or something.
Well, you're right. It's like a half sit-up.
Oh, no. Toto, don't hurt yourself, okay? Get back in the seat. You ain't going nowhere.
I'll tell you, Vince, this is his 63rd WPT event, the first time he's made the final table, so he's trying to make the most of it. I can see that. Going for as much air time as possible.
But you can't ever jump up in the table halfway up in the seat, crotch yourself over it like that, and then fold. You can't do that. There should be a law against that in poker. All right, good. If you're going to put the money in, fine. You can get up like that if you're going to put money in. If you don't, just save it.
Well,
Toto.
I've seen him count this out before, and he hasn't called.
I'm feeling like gambling here.
Oh, boy. That would be a first.
Well, it'll be a first at this table, but believe me, I've played plenty of cash games with this guy. He's not afraid to gamble.
Remember a few years back when the tour was just coming out, poker players like to consider themselves non-gamblers. And now those non-gamblers are broke.
Might fold the best hand here.
Well, Toto's got the queen jack here. When you pick your cards up like that, you're not going to play the pot. He does turn them face up so they can see that he laid that hand down.
Yep, so a good little rush here by Todd Terry.
That might be the best hand. What do you think, Pat?
I don't know.
4 players remain going after a major title.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Jack only got about 10 big blinds here, and you pick up a hand like ace-5 of diamonds, you're almost forced and committed to put them all out there.
I'm all in.
Toto doing just that. He understands he's still got just enough chips to frighten opponents away with marginal hands.
You're right, ace-5 of diamonds. He is plunged ahead. Math guy Todd Terry going out. Chip leader Kevin won't play an 8-5.
Round the big blind. Prahlad Friedman. Now this is the hand that you're going to contemplate possibly playing. He's got king jack. He knows there's a chance that he could have the best hand right here.
How much is it? It's almost...
Because Toto might be making some kind of move with a 7-8 suited, even a queen 10 suited, possibly a pair of deuces where he'd be in a race.
Got anything?
There's many possibilities.
I think you're drawing dead.
Drawing dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, that gets a chuckle out of everybody because you're never drawing dead before the flop with any 2 cards, and it doesn't matter what your opponent has.
Prahlad trying to make him talk, and what a response he gets.
Well, every decision critical for these guys now because they are all one step closer to taking down this coveted championship.
No harm, no foul.
Boy, throwing it all out there.
It's a nice little phrase, though, isn't it, Vince?
Look at that. I'm going to start using that. No harm, no foul. I'm writing that down.
Yeah, write that down. It works.
Smile, and then they fold. Oh, boy.
Ah, I got the big hand this time.
I'm learning things here, Mike.
Yeah, did he?
Yeah.
Tens? Ace king?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Nice hand, Toto.
Something not nearly as good as
Thanks.
that.
What do you have?
King jack.
Wow.
Well, we are down to the final 4 players. Winner tonight gets $1 million, plus that coveted Tiffany's WPT Champions bracelet, the fame, the fortune, potential endorsement deals. So much on the line at every WPT event at these final tables. Capturing a WPT title could be worth a lot more than the $1 million that you get here tonight.
You know, you've only made one
That is for
raise in the
sure.
last 14 hours I've played with you, other than all in.
All right, the chip leader now is
every raise, like
critiquing Toto.
22 times it's all in, and once you raised when you chipped up a little bit ago and you made a raise.
Kevin pointing out that he plays a little bit about the all-in man on the World Poker Tour, Hoyt Corkins.
He's played a good short stack.
That is true.
It's 80 now, Toto.
Oh.
Yeah, we got to dwindle you down somehow.
All right, back to this hand. Action's going to go to Todd Terry.
He looks down at 7-8. Blinds are 40 and 80,000 at the moment.
Todd won't play that. And now the chip leader has picked up a pretty good hand, ace jack.
Well, definitely going to play this on the button, no question about it. The dog comes down. He caps his cards with that little doggy. So when that goes in the cards, he's going to play the pot, and indeed he is. He raises it to 200,000.
And Mr. Malibu going out, and now it's around to Toto again.
Oh, look at this, the same hand he had a minute ago that he just moved all in with. The ace-5 of diamonds comes right back and picks it up again. The question is, what's he going to do with it?
I'm all in.
That's what he's going to do.
Oh, he's going all in. He's going for it right here. It worked for him last time. Well, Kevin has called him, so Kevin well out in front with ace-jack against ace-5.
Toto completely deflated.
Kevin pumps the fist. He knows he's in great shape to eliminate yet another player at this final table. go. Toto must win this pot to stay alive in this tournament.
Well, Toto has been struggling all night, building up the short stack, but it could all be going away right now. Toto needs the luck. Can he get it? Here's the flop.
And flop comes Jack 9-8 with 2 diamonds. Kevin pumps his fist because he flopped top pair, but he didn't recognize that Toto has a flush draw. So we have got a good sweat here. Toto looking for a diamond to make a flush. And hits it. How do you do that? Toto, you're not in Kansas anymore, my friend. He is right back in this thing with a draw out on the turn.
Doing the Toto dance.
Yeah!
Oh boy, and they're chanting here in LA.
Well, he's got some fans. Looks like half the Philippines is here to root him in tonight.
Wow!
Well, is this destiny for Toto? Huge double up for him. 4 players remain. Stay with us as we return on the World Poker Tour.
We're here for a while.
Let's go back down to the felt.
Well, with that pot, Toto's moved into 3rd chip position, as you can see. He's been on a short stack all the time at this final table thus far, but he is now moving in the right direction.
Toto, who's been playing so deliberately tonight, pacing himself, lots of fakes and moves. You know, he got his money in with the worst of it, sucks out, and that's how you win titles.
Timing is everything, in poker as in life.
Who was it? I think it was Doyle Brunson that once said, you got to do the wrong thing at the right time to win in poker. Toto just proved that. I think it was either Doyle or David Hasselhoff. I'm not sure.
I didn't know you were so philosophical, Vince.
Yes. All right, here we go. Toto with a quick fold. Todd Terry out.
Well, the battle of the blinds, the 2 chip leaders. Notice Kevin has capped his cards with that doggy. Every time he's done that, he's played the pot thus far. And he's going to play it here with a $200,000 bet.
With a junk hand, just 10-6. Trying to push Prahlad Friedman out.
Prahlad's got the 9-5 of clubs. He's got 80,000 out there, so it costs him another 120,000 to make the call. He's in position. Well, he's getting out more than 200,000, Vince. Those are raisin chips that he's getting out there with just a 9-5. He is raising this pot to 600,000.
He's turning the tides on Kevin.
Well, what a perfect time to make a move here with this 9-5, because Kevin only has a 10-6. Now, in my mind, Kevin can only be thinking about moving all in or folding this hand. There's nothing else he can do with it. He opts to lay it down. So a nice move by Prahlad there. Calm, cool, composed attitude at the poker table, even when you take bad beats or work long hours and lose money, as he was talking about doing.
Yep.
This hand, he looks right down and picks up ace-king.
There you go.
Here he comes in for 200,000.
Next to act is Toto, and with the button, he's got a big hand also, ace-9 of clubs.
Well, we saw Toto go all in with the ace-5 of diamonds a couple times in a row. Let's see what he's going to do with the ace-9 of clubs.
This could be devastation.
Oh, boy, he doesn't know it, but right now he's tiptoeing through a minefield. Better be real careful.
Easy, Toto, easy.
He could implode.
Toto very gutsy here tonight, but he's good restraint. He's just calling.
Well, he does just call here, but doesn't move all in. That was good for him.
Math man Todd Terry going out. And Kevin gets away from that. So we have an interesting battle going on here. Ace-king up against ace-9. Here's the flop.
Oh, what a flop. It's come king-6 deuce with 2 clubs.
Prahlad hitting top pair ace-kicker and a 4 flush for Toto.
Well, I'll be very shocked if all the chips don't get in right here, right now.
Prahlad putting out, looks like 350 grand.
I'm all in.
Well,
yeah, you can't get away from that. He's gone all in.
The standard play, quickly called by Prahlad.
Wow, you get the best hand.
So here we go. Once again, Toto in a position where he needs to make a flush to win the pot. He did it a minute ago against Kevin. Can he do it again?
Yeah, Toto absolutely shocked. He said, you call? I'm sure he calls top pair, big kicker. It's sweat time here at the bike.
Toto trying to stay alive here.
Well, the money has gone in. Toto needs some luck. Can he do it again? Stay with us. We're coming back with the conclusion of his hand in just a moment here on the World Poker Tour. Back to the World Poker Tour. Well, the money has gone in. The crowd is on its feet. Toto needs some luck. Will he get it? He's up against Prahlad's ace-king. Let's see what happens.
Well, we've got the nut flush versus top pair and top kicker. As the cards lie, Prahlad about a 70% favorite to win this pot. He's got to dodge a club or two running nines. Let's see if he can do it. We saw Toto stay alive by catching a flush a moment ago when he outdrew Kevin. Can he do it again?
Not there. He doesn't. Jack of spades on the turn.
So we are down to the river. The only way Toto can win this pot is to make a flush on the river. Toto must catch a club to stay alive in this tournament. He needs a club. Can he catch one? No, deuce of spade comes off. So that's going to do it for Toto Leonidas, the top pro out of LA, out tonight in fourth place.
Oh, so close to becoming a legend. But it's not to be for Toto. He'll take home $144,000, and right now, Prahlad Friedman is our new chip leader. We are down to 3 players here on the World Poker Tour. Stay with us. We're coming back with more exciting action from the WPT.
All right, time for you guys to double me up so I can start playing some poker. We can have some fun.
Well, there you see the chip counts as they stand and the prize money that's at stake here. I mean, the first place prize gets over $1 million. The guy who goes out next gets $230,000. So we're talking about an $800,000 difference between the guy who goes out next and the guy who wins. Big money on the line.
Started out with 279 players here in LA, down to these 3. And look at this, Prahlad Friedman opening up his game with just a 4 deuce. He's going to raise to $200,000. But Todd Terry behind him has said all in. Todd's got king, queen.
Kevin and Prahlad quickly evacuate the premises here. So the math whiz out of Harvard taking down that pot. Todd Terry from Hoboken, New Jersey. Been a professional for 2.5 years. Former lawyer. Also graduated from Harvard with an applied mathematics degree.
Well, he better win this then.
Well, Vince, I'll tell you, when you've got all those educational degrees and you decide to play poker for a living, that's sort of like saying that you're doing it my way. Just like another guy from Hoboken, Frank Sinatra.
That is true. All right, back to this hand.
Big hand here.
Kevin quickly folding now. Prahlad with a quality hand. Ace, queen of clubs. And he's put the chips out there, going to $200,000.
Todd Terry's picked up a pair of 4s.
I'm all in.
And he's going all in over the top again. He's quickly been called by Prahlad, however. So here we go. Todd out in front with the 2 4s, but the classic race situation. The 2 overcards versus the under pair. You want to win poker tournaments, you got to win these races, whatever side you've got. Who's going to get lucky here? Here comes a flop.
Will the math pay off for Todd?
Queen right on the flop. Come queen, jack, 6.
Just amazing. What a flop there for Prahlad.
No diamond.
Well, the math whiz doesn't need a slide rule for this.
Oh.
He knows he's got to catch a 4 to win the pot. A king comes off on the turn. We are down to the river. Todd Terry must catch a 4 to stay alive in this tournament.
Doesn't do it.
King comes off. Back to the library for the intellect. Todd Terry out in 3rd place tonight.
Yeah, king on the river. Very mathematical poker player. Big performance here tonight. Going to take home $231,000. So with that, we have 2 players going after this title.
Well, the beautiful babes from the Bicycle Casino putting the cash on the table. And folks, that's about $1.5 million that these 2 players are going to split up between themselves. As well as all that cash, they're putting out the beautiful customized Champions bracelet.
Why are you sending them away?
We are down to 2 players right here in LA. Heads up action about to begin here on the World Poker Tour. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
Why are you sending them away? I don't get that. We got plenty of seats here for them.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
He's going to take home over $1 million. The second place finisher gets about $470,000, so a big difference between first and second. Prahlad starting out this heads-up battle with over a 3-to-1 chip advantage.
Action on Kevin.
And he's going to limp in on the button with the Queen 3 of hearts.
Prahlad behind him with a Jack 4 of clubs.
Well, he says, give us a flop.
Prahlad's dad on his feet. How exciting that has to be to see your son going after millions.
Well, it means your pension's going up, Vince, if he wins this thing.
Look at this flop. 2 pair there for Kevin.
And the flush draw for Prahlad.
This is ridiculous.
We can have fireworks on hand number 1 of this heads-up battle.
Prahlad comes out with a bet of $100,000.
I'm all in.
Wow. And just that quick, Kevin has gone all in for nearly $2 million. Now that even gets the breath of Prahlad here.
He limped on the button with the ace.
Well, he doesn't believe he's got an ace, but still he's just got a jack high and a flush draw. And most poker players hate to call their money off with a drawing hand. Here's the case, however, that if Prahlad makes the call and would hit the flush, this tournament would be history. If he plays it and loses it, they're still about even in chips. If you really want to give your opponent $2 million while you're drawing out of hand, that's the question.
Move all in. Jeez, so big. Why you raise so much? Could have raised a couple hundred.
Gotta gamble.
Gambling?
Gotta gamble with you.
Well, it's the size of the raise that piques the curiosity of Prahlad.
I think you are gambling. I just might have to gamble here. I don't know.
Want to phone a friend?
I do, kind of. Phone a game theorist. I don't think you have an ace.
I don't think you have a flush draw.
That's a tough decision for Prahlad here.
I think he's gambling.
I believe because he's got the chip lead and can afford to make the call is the reason he might make it.
It's all good. Whatever happens, it's good.
Whatever happens, yeah.
But still, you hate to call $2 million off on a flush draw.
I just want to gamble here.
Doesn't matter what you have. My decision's made already.
I'm going to call.
He's called it.
So here we go. It's 2 pair. But Kevin is not going to like he's up against the flush draw because the truth of the matter is he was hoping his opponent had 1 pair.
Well, Prahlad has a shot. All he has to do is hit a flush here without a queen or a 3, and he would be knocking out Kevin.
So Kevin Schaffel's tournament life on the line right here.
I thought you might have a lower flush draw. That's the only reason why I called.
If his 2 pair hold up, he'll double up and we'll be even in chips. If not, Prahlad Friedman will be our champion. 2 good sports, 2 guys happy to be playing for this title. Only one can win, however. Could happen right here. Nope. 8 of spade comes on the turn. We're down to the river card. Prahlad must catch a club to win this pot.
Can he do it, become the new legend? No, he's not going to have it happen there.
Nope. Deuce of diamonds comes off. The fist pump by Kevin. He sits back down. The scratch golfer, birdie in that hole for sure.
180.
So on deal number 1, Kevin Schaffel doubles up and is feeling good right now.
It's getting pretty tied up here. A close battle. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour. Very exciting.
Well, we started 5 days ago with 279 players. We are down to 2. They're about dead even in chip count. First place tonight, over $1 million.
Which one of these gentlemen is going to become the new legend to join the likes of the great Doyle Brunson and Dan Harrington, among others? Let's go to the felt. Action on Kevin Schaffel. This time Kevin with an 8-7. He's going to limp in.
And Prahlad's picked up a nice hand here.
Yeah, very nice hand. Wired 10s.
300 total.
And he's going to raise it.
Yep, it's a $200,000 raise. Makes it $300,000 to go. Well, Kevin wants to see a flop here. He also wants to send a message that just because I limp in and you raise doesn't mean I'm folding every time.
All right, 8-7 up against 10s. Here's our flop.
The flop comes 6-4 deuce with 2 spades.
10 still out in front, but Kevin does have an inside straight draw.
He does, but when you've got 2 10s, you're happy to see this flop, believe me.
You know, he's going to bet $500,000 into Kevin.
Does Kevin want to gamble with a gut shot straight draw? The answer is no. So Prahlad increases his chip lead.
Prahlad, a great player. He's different from most poker players, I'll give you that. His own little hippie lifestyle seems to be working here.
So both players playing fairly aggressive in this heads-up battle events. Pretty impressive play by both of them thus far. Both these guys savvy poker veterans. They've both been under the bright lights before. Prahlad is a bracelet winner from the World Series of Poker. Kevin Schaffel made the famed November 9 in 2009 when he made the final table of the main event of the World Series of Poker. So certainly both of these guys have been in big-time pressure situation and big-time events before and performed very well. Both going for their first WPT title tonight.
Well, he has a big shot with this hand. He's picked up ace-queen here. A quality hand. Well, he's going to play the sneaky Mike. He's just called it.
He's giving Kevin a free flop to possibly beat him.
Kevin with 9-5. Obviously not going to raise, so here we go. Let's see if he can get lucky.
Yeah, flop comes queen, 3 deuce. A nice flop for Prahlad. Top pair, top kicker.
Oh, just a thing of beauty. Kevin getting none of that, and he checks it. And no more trapping here. He's going to bet the top pair. Looks like 200,000.
Well, Kevin with nothing gets out of the way here. So Prahlad continuing to increase his chip stack. And Vince, in fairness, at this final table, you have to say Prahlad has caught the most cards. Certainly played well, no question about that, but boy, does it help to catch cards, especially at these WPT final tables.
This could be his time, so to speak, but right now it is time for the blinds to go up to 60,000 and 120. More expensive to play poker here.
Well, Kevin has the button. He's first to act. He picks up Kojak. He's got the King Jack. Pretty good hand in a heads-up situation.
Yeah, he's going to apply some pressure. He's going to make it 300,000, it looks like.
Again, Prahlad picks up ace-queen.
Oh, man.
Now, last time he just limped in with it. That's a different scenario, though, because his opponents raised it on the button this time.
800
this could
total.
be a big opportunity, and Prahlad is not going to waste it. He's going to raise it to 800,000 to go.
It's a $500,000 raise.
And now it's back on Kevin.
And if he makes the call, he'll still have $3 million left or so to play with. I want to see a flop with this hand. May want to just lay it down, but tough to lay these kind of hands down playing heads up.
I'm all in.
He's going to go all in here with the King Jack.
That is a big raise, close to $3 million in addition.
Well, there's some of Kevin's golfing buddies. Kevin, the scratch golfer here, has just sliced one perhaps out of bounds if he gets called. He is going all in here. Prahlad with an ace-queen, a premium heads-up hand.
I call.
He's made the call.
Reluctantly.
Well, he has made it. You're always nervous with it.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, Kevin says that should have been easy.
Ace-queen.
And he doesn't like it. Ace-queen up against King-Jack for all the marbles.
Well, Prahlad's people will understand that if he wins this pot, he'll be the champion here and take home that $1 million. So Prahlad all smiles for making that call. He's the favorite to win this hand and take this title right here, right now.
What a call he has made. The title on the line. His wife and friends rooting him on. They can sense the urgency right now.
Come on, doggy.
Oh, the little doggy on the table.
And there's Kevin's golfing buddies holding their breath right now. They know their man. He's got to get out from behind the rough and behind the trees to win this putt.
5 cards to come. Here's the first 3.
And flop comes 10-3 deuce. So Kevin's going to have to catch a king or a jack or 2 running cards to make a straight. Otherwise, Prahlad Friedman will be our champion. 4 diamonds on the turn.
Yeah, not good for Kevin. 4 diamonds, also good for Prahlad. He is 1 card away from the championship.
So we are down to the river. Kevin must catch a king or a jack, or this tournament is history.
Oh boy, we'll have a new WPT Poker Made Millionaire. It's
That's
over!
9. So there it is. Prahlad Friedman from Malibu, California is our champion.
What a tremendous effort as he goes to his friends. The vegetarian champion says, tofu for everyone.